Hey everyone, how's it going? Beautiful Sunday morning for me. So today, what I plan on doing is knocking out some daily stuff real quick, just while people log in. I'm going to work my mods, and then I'm going to jump on this huge backlog of freaking roster reviews I have. So, Arise and Gondolin, I'm glad you're here. You're my first one up. Yeah, so good timing. Good timing. You won't have to I won't have to timestamp you, but you're the first on my list right here. So here's my list. Here it is. I'm gonna try to knock it out as fast as I can. Like it's been adding up. It's been adding up. So I'm not gonna talk about like my process of requesting it. Hey Fear, how's it going? Just because I feel like that took forever. I spent more time like talking about how to get a roster review than actually reviewing a roster. So I did make I'll pin this. I can't pin that. So I did drop a message in the chat just so you can see. I'm not gonna I'm not always in the roasting. I just woke up. I just woke up. I need some time before I can really roast, you know. That's funny though. Yeah, so that's my plan. That's the plan. Hey, Mordecai, how's it going? How's it going? Mordecai, does that name have anything to do with the Lord of the Rings? I just feel like how many push-ups? There's no like set amount. There's no set amount of push-ups. So normally at the minimum I'll do 10. If I feel good, maybe I'll do more. If you ask me nicely with a number, maybe I'll humor you. But minimum is 10. 15 years now. Okay, cool. It just maybe because it has like some strong urukai, you know, it feels like urukai. Just know you have a lot of mod working to do. Oh, we're gonna find out, Gondolin. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out today. I'll tell you what. All right. So what do we have? What do we have going on here? All right, cool. So finish off that guy. Farm your shards, everyone. Farm your shards. Take him off. I think next on my list is BT. BT1. Yeah, I'm starting to run out of things to shard farm. I still have a lot, but I'm starting to hit the list where I'm edging on running out of the accelerated farms. You know what I mean? So it's a good problem. It's a good problem to have. I believe in shard farming. Absolutely do. So all right. It's important. It's important to layer your farms like an onion. Like an onion. Yeah, you probably need yeah, you can, Mordecai, if you want. I can give you some guidance. I'll tell you this. Whenever it's been a long time since I played someone who's similar in GP than me. But when I do, I just like stomp them. It's not even close. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like but it's been a long time. I'm sure as I continue to grow, like I'm gonna start bridging the gap, but I'm always in my I'm always like the very bottom. Always the very bottom. So it's a little sometimes it gets a little annoying when I look at my opponents. And I'll take a quick look at my opponent if you guys want, and I'll go over what happened in my last Grand Arena. But because it's now over, so I have the results. 11 months now. Nice. So I'll say this, Mordecai. I felt like when I was at like 2.8 million and I was at 4 million, I felt my GP was super inflated. Now that I'm at 8 million, I don't feel so inflated. So over time, and it's because I did try to accelerate to 4 million as quick as I could. And then I do farm ships, and I do believe in shard farming. So I farmed almost all the ships. These are the last 3 ships I have to farm. These 3. So I do feel like it's important to do that, to farm these. So, you know, bring up my Twitch. Gotta get my creator dashboard going just in case. Same thing for my YouTube. You never know when I'll need my my dashboards. All right. But I don't think it's like it's a big problem, to be completely honest. I don't feel like being inflated is that big of a deal. But these are the last 3 ships I need, except of course for the Scythe and the Profundity. But the Scythe I'll get any day now, and Profundity is my next farm, so I'll have every ship at that point, which will be nice. It'll be a great boon for me. Great boon. All right, so hey Legolas, how's it going? I feel like today is really Lord of the Rings themed. Bunch of Lord of the Rings dudes running around. You got Mr. Uruk-hai over here. We got freaking Legolas over here. And then Gondolin, I don't know why, but it's giving me, I know what a Gondolin is, but it's giving me some Gondor vibes. I don't know why. Oh, Brownie Sunday. Hey, I didn't say hello to you. You're way up there in the top. How's it going, my dude? Didn't catch you there. Did not catch you there. All right. What do I have to do? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so how did your guys' GACs go so far? So this is the only node I farm with my, other than shards, I only farm 2 nodes. I farm this one, and I farm the lights, Chirotech, and that's it. So these fusion furnaces and Chirotech, that's all you need. Alvin? Okay. There you go. So it is Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, you guys, I'm being taken over by Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry, guys. I know your game got shut down, but, you know, sometimes it just be that way. You were swept away like an umbrella in a hurricane. Sometimes it be that way. Sometimes it be that way. Sometimes. It's fine. It's fine. No biggie, right? So now I have enough signal data to R5 my last Inquisitor, and then also Grand Inquisitor. Still have to take them all to R7. I think I just only have Riva at R7 right now. Only Riva. Yeah, let me use my energy and then I don't. I have read all the books, and then I own the books. I also own the extended version of the DVDs. So I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I watch them all the time. There's some things, I'm just a weird guy. There's some things I'll just watch over and over. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Patriot for some reason. Starship Troopers. There's just Ready Player One. There's just movies that I could watch like over and over and over and just never get tired of them. So all those movies, I would say I watch them at least once a year, except for I don't watch. Believe it or not, I don't watch. Do this. Okay. Yeah, of course the extended. Mel Gibson's Patriot. Yeah, yeah, I love The Patriot. That's a great movie. Great movie. Same thing like Braveheart. I'll watch Braveheart once a year. Why not? Why not? It's good movies. It's good movies. Uh, I don't know. I love movies. I love movies. I'm really a cheap watch. I'm a cheap watch. I can't watch the sequels for Star Wars though. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't watch them. I just can't. They're just not good. They're just not good. Do you guys have any movies like that you'll watch whenever, you know? Like you'll just watch them? 19. I should get that one today. That one's saved for Grand Inquisitor. I need to get at least 2 for Grand. I'm not going to put Grand Inquisitor's lead. Sequels are terrible. They are. They are. There's no denying it. Gotta log into the web store, collect my web store. If I don't do it right now, I'm gonna forget. Yeah, I would say my number one, Starship Troopers. My number one, like I can watch anytime, Starship Troopers. I love that movie. I watched it, I watched it in theaters when it was released. Starship Troopers. It's such a good movie. Such a good movie. It's even for its age. There's so much. So, yeah, it's good. Commando's a good one. Yep, I'm doing my part. Doing my part. So, as far as working my mods this week, this week was really weird for my mod work. Like really, really weird. And I'll go over why real quick. So, this week, just a few days ago, I unlocked Riva, right? So, I did work on Riva's mods. They're like, I don't like taking mods from my old other characters. I don't think I stole any, or maybe I stole like 1 or 2. Just like, but we're inconsequential characters. So her mods aren't like perfect. So I did not hit any speed on these. So not perfect, but they're okay. They're okay. They have decent offense. They have the right primaries. They do hit my standard for speed. I just didn't get them to hit. I do have a bunch of calibrations I need to do on them to see. As you can see, I haven't like calibrated anyone. This one's perfectly fine. But this one, you know, I can calibrate it once, try to get that last hit of speed. The offense is good on it too. Um, I, I calibrated this twice. I'm pretty sure I'm just done with it. I have to calibrate this one time. I have to or no, this one's kind of whatever it is. It just hits at 21. Unlucky. And then this one I can calibrate twice to try to hit some speed. If I can hit one more speed, I may take it to like 6A or something. I don't know. But that's my third sister. So I did create this set. So I don't have very much 6.mods material left. So I'm going to work my mods real quick and then we'll see what I can do. Also, last week, I didn't have much hit, like at all. So I pretty much had an entire week's of mod slicing material left. So I pretty much farmed exclusively like mods. So I farmed more mods this week, and then I farmed 6 slicing material because I had to take, I think I took some of Grievous's mods, so I had to like create this arrow for him and stuff. So just because I need his max protection is really important. So I created like a bunch of 6 mods this week, moral of the story. Other than that, like, yeah. So I don't know, 4 or 5 I already created. I didn't capture it because I don't care. So I am gonna work my mods and see what I have to. So let's see. I'm gonna timestamp this just because that would be great. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and boop disappear from here for a second. That way you can actually see what I'm doing. All right, so let's go to my filters. I am going to sell my accuracy and defensive primary mods. So sort by speed. And this is why I say I don't sell these right off the bat. Sometimes I'll just like, because this is a speed mod here. Is it good? No. Like these still are okay mods. Not good. I'll see where this one hits. This one I'm going to sell because I don't care to work it. But the rest of them, like this one, I'll see where it goes. And who knows? Maybe it'll hit like all speed mods. Who knows? Maybe it could be like a plus 30 mod right away. You know, you never know until you level it up, and we'll see where it hits. If it's crap, I'll sell it. But it doesn't hurt to have these here, like an accuracy mod, whatever. You know, maybe one day I'll need it, but I won't specifically build them. But if they're free, you know, I'll take them. And to me, credits is pretty much free, so. That's why I do it. So I'll keep them if it's pretty much free, but I'm not going to specifically work them because I'm not going to waste that material for, even if they could hit speed, I'm not going to waste like good material on them for like subpar mods. So I'll reveal all secondary stats here and then reveal my grays. Go to select all, upgrade. We'll take them all to 9. So like I said, I worked tons of mods this time, so bear with me here as I like siphon through these just to see. All right, so I'm gonna flip it and reverse it so I can see if there's anything worth working here. So I'm just like skimming over real quick and seeing like this. Tenacity offense crit chance on a protection with an offense set. If this can hit offense, or if this can hit speed, this would be a perfect mod to work on. So I'm looking for stuff like that, like protection, offense, you know, flat health, flat protection. You know, I could maybe do something with that. But I'm just like going through seeing if there's anything here that is good. So like offense, defense, crit chance, tenacity, that's a decent one, you know. Cross with health, no offense there, so no. Not really interested in that, but I'm just like going through real quick and seeing, yeah, what's here? What's good? What's worth working? This one's okay. And I'm all I'm doing is I'm giving it one more opportunity to hit crit damage. I always, oh man, that's so shit though. But I do need more crit damage, so yeah, it's kind of shit. Do I want it? Nah, it's so shit. I do need more crit damage triangles. I do. I do, but that's such a shit mod. So yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, so I do this because offense with offense, potency, defense, protection. That's good. Um, because you know, like all it does is it gives me one more chance, and it's so cheap that it's not that big of a deal. Like I'm not hard up for credits, but I feel like it's important not to just take them all up to 12 because some of these are like crap, you know? Like I don't it's not worth the credits, but to be selective with them, yeah, absolutely. Why not? Like offense with offense set, believe it or not, there's not a lot that want that. So, yeah, protection. No. These are good stats. All right, so let's go ahead, take those. See, only 7. So maybe they'll hit, maybe they won't. Not a big deal. Now let's go ahead and work our sell no speed. All right, so I'm gonna select all, and then I'm gonna real quick just make sure none of these are tenacity with tenacity on them, because that's still good. You can use there's a few. You can use it on Marin if you want to. You can use it on Nest. So, because honestly, usually with tenacity builds, it's like it's an all or nothing thing. So if you can get high tenacity on something, then yeah, it's worth it. All right, real quick, I'm gonna reset to default. And then I'm going to, because sometimes you have to do this and you have to check and see if you have any 4-dot mods. Hey, Trufra, how's it going? So I'm gonna sell this. Hey, thanks for the raid, my dude. Thanks for the raid. Hey, just doing, I'm just working my mods right now. My weekly mod work. That's why you can't see my face. It's so that you can see what I'm doing. But yeah, just in the middle of my mod work. All right, let's go ahead, flip it and reverse it and sell all these +3 speeds. I really don't care what they are. I'm not gonna, they're not worth working for me. Not at all. So I sell those. Hey, T-Bone Kelly, how's it going? Yeah, so as I said, I worked a lot of mods this week. So I have a lot more than normal that hit my status. I am gonna look at them real quick and make sure there's any that I don't want to keep. Just select all. This one I'm not too enthused about. Go ahead and sell that. Okay, cool. Take all these to 15. So yeah, so this is a lot more than normal. And let's start slicing. Let's start slicing. See what can come of this. Nope. Mindlessly click this button. Last week, we did not hit, I think, a single one on speed, if I remember correctly. And it seems like that trend is continuing. Come on, give me a crit damage triangle. Nope. I need so many more of those. I would love them. Let's just go through. Nope. Jesus is not with me today. Yep, just going through. It's like statistically, right? Statistically, one of these MFers should have hit something by now. Okay, so I finally hit a 10. All right, 13. Great. Thanks for the crap. It's still fine. All right, an 18. Cool. So that's something. It's not great, but it's something. It was like statistically, something should have hit by now. Anything, you know? Even like a +7 or something. Because all these are going in the trash. Straight in the trash. Except for that one +5 crit damage. Even though it's like absolute garbage, I'm still going to keep it. Still going to keep it. 8? Yeah, sure. Let's hit it one more time. Crit chance. Kind of crap. And sometimes it just be that way, you know? So not great, but it's a loss. It's going okay. After this, I'll go over it real quick and just give a recap once I'm done with my mods. Hey, thanks for the follow, T-Bone Kelly. All right, let's see. Upgrade these to 12. Sort by speed. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna flip it and then reverse it. All right, sell these. That's so crap, but I do need them. I need those so bad. I'm pretty sure I'm running out. Keep that. Offense with offense. Yeah, maybe I'll keep that. Yeah, lately I've just been needing more. I think I do need some of these protection ones. Don't need that. All right, +8. Not too interested. Crit chance. +9. It's not great, but I'll give it a slice. Why not? Why not? Yeah, but I've been like running out. Running out. All right. Head work some blues. Manage these mods. Select all. Get them all to 12. Sort by speed. Flip it. All right, so look at this. I'm happy with this. So I got some offense, primary one, and a crit damage one. So that's cool. That's nice. Those have potential. Hey, Blackhammer, how's it going? So this has potential. So let's see what they see what can happen with this one. Offense, I don't hate that. 19, cool. Go ahead and lock that. This is nice. This is nice. I really like this is like peak potential right here. Peak potential. It could be like a 25, 26 if I'm lucky, but I need these crit damage triangles on a speed character with offense, defense, potency. So that's probably going to be the one I take up to 6 dots today. But not bad. 17, not bad. Okay, let's lock that. Not horrible. Not horrible. Nah, Black Hammer. I always be hitting. That is a great triangle. It is. Alright, this one's okay. And it's dead to me. Alright, none of these +9s are really like interesting. Alright, so did I sell? I think I did. Okay, yeah, I did. Cool. Work some purples. I'm not like today's okay. Today's okay. I'm not hating. Ah, man, I want to hit this. I probably shouldn't. I'll leave it where it is, but I could find a home for it somewhere. All right, +15 with 3. That's good. 3 with 13. 3 with 12. I don't really like that. Trade these two. Grid avoidance. I don't know when I would ever use this, but you know, I'll slice it up one time. You never know. You never know. All right. Tenacity ones. Cool. +19. Cool. All right, lock that one in. All right, let's work my A's, manage this. So I have been buying some mods. I'm buying some. I have. So let's see. Let's see what the speed fairy has for me today. All right, so we have 2 19s, an 18, a 17, a 15, a 15, a 14. So these are okay. These are dead to me. 5% potency, that's pretty good. Still gonna sell it. All right, so only one of these. There can be only one. But I don't hate what happened here today. Because this 14 one is good. This, like, all these here have the potential to be good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 mods with potential. These 13s are kind of crap, but you know, I can find homes for these. There's tons of these 13s. I really should remod. This 11 crit damage, I'll find a home for that. I definitely will. I do have to, once I get Grand Inquisitor up and running, which should be any day now, I'm gonna remod these and then do something with them. All right, so this one, I'll take that one up to 6 star. It's a good mod. Let's see if RNGesus will shine on me today. Potency, all 5. I got 1 slice left in here. Offense, I don't hate that. I do need some of these, so this one's gonna have to wait. 21, I can calibrate it. Do I want to calibrate this right now? I really don't, to be completely honest with you. I'll just wait and take it up later. I'm probably gonna take this one up to 6A, to be completely honest with you. So I'll just keep it where it is from now. This is a good mod. This could be like maybe an SOKR mod or something if it hits well. I don't know. There's a lot of things I could do with that mod. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. If I take it to 6A and it hits those speed. What's here? 25. Yeah, I will 100% probably, if it hits speed, it hits like 24, 25, 26, I'll change out this one for SOKR and then give this to someone else. The 15% defense is nice, you know, but yeah. All right, let's see. Hey, no problem, RoboMelon. Happy to give you a review. Thanks for dropping in. I don't think any of these need. Every time I look at this one, and every time I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't want to calibrate that one. Every time. Yeah, I'm not going to calibrate that one. I'll just hold on to my calibration materials for later. I only have 25. Yeah, and that's this week, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm pretty happy with this week. I don't know if you guys are like, how you guys feel about what happened here, but personally, I'll show you. Let's do any. So as far as what I got today, or this week, I got a 20, a 19, an 18, a 17, 17, I have a 15. I need to find homes for these. So, yeah, not bad. So, mods that have potential. Mods that have potential. And this week, I made like 5 mods for Riva. So, like 5, 6 dot mods. So, all in all, not a bad week. Not the best. Not the best, but not bad. I'm happy with this crit damage one. I'm definitely taking it to 6A, and then if anything lands on defense, I'm probably gonna calibrate that out. Maybe potency, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll calibrate potency out. I'll wait until I take it to 6A, because if it hits 6A, you know, it could hit like speed and offense, and then I'll just like leave it alone from there. But good mods, good mods. I'll probably give this one to Grand Inquisitor or something. I'm pretty sure he uses offense. Same thing like this one. So yeah, these two. This one. Maybe this one. So I already have like starting to build the Grand Inquisitor mods. So yeah, this one. Probably. So yeah, not bad. Not bad. This is a good mod too. Pretty happy with this overall. Overall, a good head start on my Grand Inquisitor mods, and then like maybe an SOKR mod, which getting an SOKR mod in a week is pretty rare. I don't know if that will be. That one has a lot of potential, so even where it is right now, I'll find a home for it. So pretty happy with it. All right. Next, now that I'm done with that. Oh yeah, my Grand Arena. So I'll just do a real quick recap on Grand Arena. It kind of takes me a while to work those mods. But, you know, sometimes it's just that way. All right, so orange cream. I'll show you real quick what the caliber. So this guy's 10 million GP. Been playing for wow, since pretty much the start of the game. This guy's probably free to play or something if he's been. Yeah. So 7 GLs, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the GLs. All the GLs, all the things. He doesn't have the Leviathan, so that was my hey JJM. He had a pretty good advantage. No real Datacrons, so I have a Datacron advantage. I would say I had like this guy had good mods, so it's not I had overall a mod advantage. But like he had some really well modded characters. So and it was messy on my end, but I ended up winning. I think he didn't attack because he didn't have an answer for the Leviathan, maybe. So that's the only thing I could think of is he just didn't have an answer for the Leviathan, so he didn't attack. I'm doing well, JJM. Doing well. But if on my end, super messy, super messy. So he had a Executor Chimera Finalizer. I don't know. My off meta counter. I definitely need to upgrade my once I get the Scythe and the Profundity, I'm gonna be sitting a lot better on offense. But my ships on offense are like I put my best ships on defense, and I just like hurting. And this Star Killer, I preloaded it. I went dash on Chewy, and it just like ate my lunch. But yeah, this guy had a good defense. Like it's not like he's put trash down. I don't know how many GLs he put. Well, I have like a ships only defense. So he had like Lord Vader, he had Leia, Grand Inquisitor, so and then on the top he had some GLs and stuff. So like it wasn't a pushover. Wasn't a pushover, but full cleared. Got the full clear. And then this one, I don't know what was up with this guy. Same thing. I think he definitely has a bigger account than me. Definitely does. So I got the full clear. It was okay. He didn't really attack much. So same thing, 11 million GP. So yeah, been playing for at least 7 years. So this guy only had 7 GLs, Riva. So he has a lot of this stuff. A lot of the things. A lot of the things. So, which this one kind of like perplexed me because he put down a really cheese defense, like the cheesiest of cheese defense. His defense was like absolute garbage. So he did like this guy, the Marauder. I hate the Marauder. And the comeuppance. So the Marauder and the comeuppance like gave me a surprise, but beat this pretty easily. But got the full clear. Everything else was super clean, but the ships was a little messy. That Profundity or the Marauder and the comeuppance just got me. Yeah. So, but this was like a horrible ground defense. Like absolutely, I one-shot everything. But I want to say this guy like doesn't play that much, or he's really not that active. Because you saw what he had, right? Like, but what did he do? Yeah, it took him 2 attacks to beat this Rex 5s. I don't know what he took in against it. Probably tried soloing it with some crap. Died and then stopped from there. So that's all he did. He like I don't know. I don't know what this guy's deal is. But that's all he did. But that was my Grand Arena. That was it. So, yeah, nothing too crazy. So I'm 2-0. It's these guys. Like I said, if I had these guys' accounts and I played my account, I would win. That's all I could say. Is like I would like stop myself with these guys' accounts. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's just how it is sometimes, right? So, like it's been going pretty well, I guess. I haven't looked at my last opponent, so I honestly don't even care if I win or lose this. Like, I just aim for 50-50 at least, so let's see what this guy has to offer. So 10.7 million GP. Yeah, I've been playing since the start of the game. See what he has. Probably all the things. Yeah. Oh no, not even all the things. So only 6 GLs. Surprising. All the fleets? Yeah, all the fleets. So I lose. So he has. Yeah, he has all. He has all the things. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my roster is not impressive. My roster is not impressive. I'm 8 million GP. 8 million GP. I have 4 GLs. I just got Third Sister, so I wasn't able to use her in this last one, but I just got Third Sister. I still don't have Grand Inquisitor. I'm getting him soon. TM soon. Starkiller Malgus. I like my ships are still not super great. You know, I have Leviathan and an Executor, you know. Like I don't have the Profundity, I don't have the Marauder, I don't have the Scythe. So there's a lot that I'm missing. A lot that I'm missing. So and I have like low relics, so I don't have I would say my account is not impressive. Not impressive. So yeah, doing my best. I'm doing my best. So we'll see. Yeah, thanks Black Hammer for your mod luck. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I want the Marauder. I do, but this is what my farming pathway is right now. But it's like every single person I face in Grand Arena has just like arguably like it's not even close. They just have a much better account than mine. So here is I have no problem looking at your account, but here's because I am gonna do roster reviews and stuff, but I do have a long list, so there's the little explanation, so I don't have to explain it. But yeah, not a super impressive account by any means. But here's my farming pathway so far. Once I'm done explaining this, I'm gonna jump into yeah, it's a pretty big list. So I'm finishing 8th Brother here, almost done. I just need a few pieces of gear to get 8th Brother up and running. Once I do, I'm going to R7, 3rd Sister, 8th Brother, 7th Sister, 5th Brother, and Grand Inquisitor. But I have the relic material and the signal data and everything to take everyone to R7. Well, I have everything to take them all to R5, and then I just have to start farming the signal data just to take them to R7. I'm gonna unlock Bane here pretty soon, so I'll have Bane. So I'm gonna go R7 Inquisitors, I'm gonna go Bane, and then once I finish Bane, I'm gonna go for Profundity, and then after that, if the new fleet gets released, I'll go for that fleet, and if not, I'll go for JMK. So that's where I'm at. That's my plan. So, but right now I'm like, I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best. It's like my strategy is a Hail Mary strategy. So, you know, I cheese my ground. I have my best fleets on defense, and then I try to full clear them the best I can. But I'm going up against like these massive accounts. So, once I start getting some more things in my account, like I think once I get Bane, and once I go like Bane. But like pretty much every team I unlock right now, it allows me to put a better team on defense, and then I'm going to start being able to build up my defense some, so it's not, so it's like closer. So once I get JMK, I think I'll put like I could put like JMK, maybe Jabba and Ray on defense, and then try to block out like that bottom zone. Still go really strong ships on defense, and then I'll have like a double like strong bottom zone, strong fleets, and then that at that point I should be like solidly in Kyber 2, like, and start pushing up into Kyber 2. So that's the plan. Cheese my ground. And like, I'll show you my defense. I'll show you my defense. So this is what I mean by cheese the ground. Because like I just give it to them. As you can see, like I full cleared my opponents, and that's what I have to do. And even with this strategy, I could still win on efficiency. Believe it or not. So I have things like Geos, this crap. Fin Zori still gives me holds. Because people underestimate it because of like the no zetas. Or like it's like people, so like this is what I mean by I cheese it. Like absolute like garbage defense. So yeah, so like this resistance team. So like just not like no one, no, so pretty much the way it works is because they can beat this so cleanly on the ground, even if they get like pretty much I have to clear them. Like I can't, if I full clear them, and sometimes I'll full clear them, I won't drop any battles and I'll just beat them on efficiency, but because they'll drop battles on my ships. But and sometimes I'll even win even if they don't drop battles because the ships are so messy. But on over here, like it's just like free. Like the ground is pretty much free for them. Like they come in, and even like low, usually even like low effort players, they'll still like clear all my ground. Like they'll still clear all this, and then they'll just leave the ships, and then I just have to full clear and I win. So that's the defense. So like as you can see, it's like it's a very easy, it's the way it works is if they can clear my ships, they beat me usually. I still have a chance on efficiency, but this is pretty much my defense, like the triple attacker executor and the Leviathan. So if they can't beat my Leviathan, then I win. Then and it's that simple. And a lot of people, believe it or not, can't beat the Leviathan. So yeah, even though there's like a few fleets that can do it, like I still win. So yeah, but yeah, efficiency meta. I don't know exactly what's going on with it, but yeah, it does need like a rework or something. But if you look at my bracket here, I gotta bring up SWGOH anyways. So if you look at my bracket, my GAC bracket, so you have me at close to 8 million GP, and then you have 10.7, 10 million, 9.8, 9.3, 9.1, almost 11, and 10 million GP. So like I have to divide up my, I pretty much have to cheese it. Like I have to. If I put down a real defense, they have more than enough to clear out. Even if I get holds, like even if I put like Ray and Jabba down, and it takes them a bunch of things to clear them. Like if they clear them, I'll lose, and then me not having those teams on offense will, because even like when I go on offense, I'm like really stretched. So very rarely is it like, oh, I'm just like overkilling these things and it's really easy for me. Like that's not the case. It's like I'm really stretching out my roster just to clear out all these teams against, like, because they're you need specific counters, you know. So I'm using like teams that have like Sith Empire. Those are like really instrumental. All four of my GLs are really instrumental. like Star Killer, Instrumental, like just using everything as efficiently as I can to try to like maximize my like Jedi, Sith, like just everything I can, just as efficiently as possible. So no, not a. Oh, I'm not saying it's a critique. I'm just saying that that's why I have the strategy of what I'm doing is because it's like I could easily just like drop, right? Like I could just like lose a bunch of battles. But I'm doing okay. I'm holding in Kyber 3, Kyber 2. So I'm totally fine with what I'm doing. I'll tell you guys this. It's an annoying way to play the game. I would love I would love if I could like throw down some like top tier teams on the bottom front wall and get a hold and I just have to like clear 2 zones or something. I would love that. I would let that would be the bee's knees if I had that amount of like flexibility. Or if I had like JMK, 100%. If I had JMK, I would just like slam him on that front bottom wall, and then some people just can't beat JMK for whatever reason. They'll be in Kyber 2, and then they'll just keep failing to JMK. So once I get JMK, I'm gonna probably throw on Ray and JMK on that front bottom wall, and then that'll be my like I'll choose the rest, and then the rest I'll have a still go with the strong ships defense, and then call it a day from there. Yeah, I do have a little more flexibility than that, JJM, just because I have some. I did because I took out Iden, because I used to have teams like Iden and Grievous on defense, but since they're Relic now, they're actually pretty useful. So, and I do have things like Bounty Hunters and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm sure I could probably and even like Night Sisters, they can clean up some stuff really easily, really easily. So Night Sisters kind of like clutch, kind of clutch. All right, so let's start doing some roster reviews. So I'll go through my list first, and then we'll go from there. So we have Arise and Gondolin as our first person. So I am making notes just so I can chapter this out. And I can just like copy and paste it on there, and it makes my life a ton easier after. Because creating these chapters are pretty annoying. Alright. Let's see. See what we got. And then let's see what Arise and Gondolin said. Usually people are like, review me, bro. But lately some people have been pretty detailed. And it allows me just to have a better understanding of what's going on with their account. Man, this is a while. This dude requested a while ago. Hey, Iceman, how's it going? Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? Man, this guy put in a request a while ago. All right. So Rise in Gondolin. Roster review, general advice. Currently farming for CLS team, getting shards for Ewoks, ready to get C3PO for the team. Just unlocked SOKR yesterday. Account is only about 11 months old. Currently working on mods since I saw your videos a few weeks ago. I'm a humble dolphin in the spending. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. How many weeks back are you? Not that much. So that was requested March 25th. So if you think about it, that's not like horrible. 2 weeks? 2 weeks isn't super bad. You're about to head to bed? Good evening and good night, sir. Yeah, but two weeks isn't horrible. Like you put in a request from like some of these dudes, like Sanjita, like or Star Wars Dad, and maybe you'll get a review. Star Wars Dad, he has so many reviews that you can put in a request for like a straight year and never get a free review from him. So 2 weeks I think is not bad. Yeah, that dude just has like crazy amount of viewers. So just like the amount of time he has is insane compared to how many people want to review from him. So from both of them. All right, so Bobbert Farch. All right, UW Black Sun. Galactic Power, 5.3 million, 2.8 in characters, 2.4 in ships. It's kind of insane if you think about it, right? You look at these guys and they're like, I've been playing less than a year and they're already 5 million GP. So it kind of like really trivializes those players who played for like 4 or 5 years before, and then you can play for like 2, 3 years right now and still have like an absolute monster account. So it's kind of crazy how different account growth is with Lightspeed bundles and the raids and everything, how fast people can build their accounts. All right, Galactic War Battles, yeah, 3,500. So he doesn't even have 11 months. I would say this, yeah, I would say like 10 months. 10 months time played. So interesting. Almost 8 years. Wow, your account must be massive. I bet you're really proud of it. Just like whip it out. Here's my massive account. It's so girthy. July 2016. I wish I would have kept playing in 2018. I stopped for a lot of reasons, like yeah. Let me whip it out. R8 SOKR without ult, 5 Zetas. I'll say this. Horizon Gondolin. I'll say this. Don't feel like you need to R8 GLs. Don't feel like you have to. R7 for GLs works perfectly fine. Like my R7 SOKR, as long as you have the mods right, like he takes out every single thing I need to take him. He can take out every GL in 3s. He can take out, Jabba in 5s. Like I take out, what do you call it? Leia's with her. Like don't feel like you absolutely have to. Because for accounts that are farming everything, like you have a lot to farm. And my rule of thumb for building a character is R7. So like when I get Bane, he's gonna be R7. When I get like all my GLs, R7. There's few that I think rate higher. JML, I would say R9. Lord Vader, if you farm Lord Vader, take him to at least R8. Like if you have a R7 Lord Vader, that's easily bounty hunter food. So you need to, like, Lord Vader just needs higher relics. JML needs higher relics. I don't have Leia yet. I haven't noticed a big difference in a high relic Leia and a lower relic Leia. It's her mechanics are just really strong. So I don't know. I just don't have enough experience with Leia to really have an opinion on her. But don't feel like, oh, I have to. Radis. Well, JJM, like you have to, or I'm not talking about requirements. Like when I say R7, I mean non-requirements. So like my star killer is R7, my SOKR R7, my Revan R9, my Malik R9 because like requirements. But like if I had gas, I don't have gas yet because I don't care for him. He would be R7, just because he's a good character. And then when I farmed Lord Vader, I would take him to R8. So. I usually have benchmarks on like I try if it's a character that belongs with a GL, I try to R5 them. If it's a requirement, then take them to the requirements. If it's like a key player, like a star farm that you spend a lot of time or money or whatever to get, R7, like Star Killer, Gas, GLs, R7 them, and it's perfectly fine. You don't have to feel like you need to R8 them. Just something to think about. Also, like get his last Zeta. Like it's still a good Zeta. Don't be one of those people that just like have 5 Zetas on GLs or 4 Zetas. The speed's a little low, but the other stats are good. Like you have a good amount of health and a decent amount of offense. Like I don't hate I do kind of hate this, honestly. Like it's okay, but I would say I would not sacrifice that much speed on him for, you know, less than for this. Like, I would rather an offense primary with high speed, to be completely honest with you. So if you have like a 20 plus speed mod with offense primary, I would rather that than this. Like, this is honestly a crap mod, and you should have never taken it to 6 dots, especially 6A. You know, but what can we do? It exists. It's in the world. It's in the world. Is this the worst mod I've ever seen? No, absolutely not. Like, no, it's not. Like, it has flat offense. It has offense percent. It has health. But it has 10 speed, which means this was a 9 speed mod. I wouldn't have taken this mod past maybe blue. Like, I would have kept it at blue. Like, if this was a blue mod with 9 speed and some random crap stats or whatever, I would have just left it at 5 blue and then just used it wherever. On like a D or E tier character. This is okay. Yes, you keep doing this. You keep doing this. Like, I get what you're doing because you have offense and offense, but like SOKR, you want like around 580 speed. Like, if you're gonna have a speed set, so it's kind of like you have the speed of an offense set without the damage of an offense set is what you're doing here. Like, you have the mods of an offense set if you would, but not the offense that you would have with an offense set, because you're kind of going wishy-washy, you know? Like, this is fine. This is okay. This is okay. This is fine. Yeah, this is good. This is not, it's not the worst. I would say, I would give this honestly. I wouldn't leave it on SLKR. I would still prefer you get him more speed in the future, and then you can give this to a character that like only cares about offense. Like, this would be a great Dark Trooper or S Trooper mod, because the only thing they care about is like really offense. So it's just something like that. You can, or Star Killer. This would be a great Oh, this is actually like kind of a perfect Star Killer mod. Um, Offense percent with flat offense, with health percent with flat health. This is actually like a perfect Star Killer mod. Like, of course I would like more speed on it, but the way it hits, I don't hate it. So sooner or later, I would probably like find this with Star Killer, but yeah, like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. If you're I don't know why you chose to take this one to 6A. I don't know. But like, if you're gonna do that, like, find one with like excellent stats. Like, we get so many speed arrows that there's no reason to take like subpar speed arrows to 6A. Like, if you want to take one to like 6E because you just want the 2 speed, like, hey, have at it. But if you're gonna take it to 6A, this thing better have like fantastic stats everywhere, like no wasted stats. Um, so like, and especially like offense percent, please. Um, Not a big fan of that. So I would work on that. Like, his mods are okay, but they can definitely be better. They can definitely be better. Look at your speeds overall. Um, yeah, you haven't been playing that long, so 320 for your first non-GL is okay. Yeah, and then your speeds fall off a cliff. So, yeah, you said you're working on your mods, so just keep working on them. That's fine. Yeah, he doesn't need potency. So what I would do is I would try to find an offense one here with an offense set, and then I would change this one with SOKRs, and then I would get a new one when you have a new one for SOKR. You know, of course, like, don't be ripping mods off SOKR if you don't have a replacement. Um, and I do like offense percent, like offense primary here for, like, this is still fine. This is really good. Like, 4 hits on offense. Something like this, I would honestly, I would probably try to get that 5th hit on offense here, because this is a really good mod, honestly. I would, I would try to get that 5th hit here. This is really good, actually. You can squeeze out some more percentages here for that offense. If you can hit that one more time. Oh, chef's kiss. Get over 7% here, 7.5 or something. Oh, I could only imagine. I could only imagine. But yeah, I would work on this. Try to I would hit it once with off, hit it once, and then if it didn't hit, if it hit defense or tenacity or protection, I would try to calibrate it twice to hit that offense. And if it didn't calibrate twice, I would probably take it to 6A. To be completely honest with you. Or maybe even I would just a mod like this. Maybe I would just take it to 6A because this is a perfect mod, believe it or not, for a CLS or a Chupio. This is perfect for him, protection, defense, offense, tenacity. I would still try to find an offense percent or offense primary arrow here, and then sooner or later I would move this over to CLS probably, if I was completely honest with you. Yeah, I would because and I wouldn't calibrate it actually. I would just take it to 6A, and then once it was 6A, I would try to calibrate maybe defense to hit offense. And if it doesn't hit defense and it just hits all into protection, I would probably try to hit protection into offense. But I would take it to 6A first. But this is a solid Chupio or CLS mod. And I would just this is good for Starkiller for now. But once you find a 20 plus speed with the offense primary here, then I would trade this out for CLS and give it to CLS, because this is just chef's kiss for CLS. The only way this could be better for CLS would be if it was potency here. So if it was potency, offense, tenacity, protection, or even, yeah, that would probably be ideal. But either way, or even flat offense or something, but it's still good. All these stats are good, and it hit really well. So, something to think about. Something to think about. All right, let's look at what you're farming. All right, now that I went all in on your mods, let me refresh myself on what you're actually doing with this account, because I totally forgot, to be completely honest with you. I know you said you were working on SOKR. That's quite obvious, right? Still farming. All right, that's good. All right, Ewoks. CLS team. All right, good. So you are working on your CLS. So let's see how you are with that one. But I like I said, you don't have to change the mods right now because you're still building the depth. But just keep that in mind. Just earmark it. Just make a note somewhere, a mental note. Hey, that square should end up on Starkiller, and that that cross, you have to take off SOKR and find a replacement sometime. And then that arrow on Starkiller should go on CLS once you find a suitable replacement for it, Honestly, before you started doing CLS, I wouldn't hate it if you took, if you got the Zeta on Rex and Sabine. So I'm pretty sure it's the Lost Commander. If you Zetaed him, you can even throw the Omicron on him. It's a good Omicron. So once you're done with SOKR, I would say Rex and Sabine, because that's only 2 Zetas. And then, yeah, so I would say Rex, Sabine, maybe even Kanan. Yeah, so it's because it's only three Zetas. Let's go to your Phoenix. So I would do this, honestly, if I was you. I would put a Zeta on Rex, I would put a Zeta on Sabine, and I would put a Zeta on Kanan. And I would just get, because you already have the team, put his Omicron on. And I would do that. That's a really, really, really strong team. You can throw it on defense. You can take it on offense. It could take out things like Third Sister. It can clean up Lord Vader's. There's a lot it can do. Or you can just throw it on defense and watch your enemy crash upon it. But 1 on Rex, 1 on Sabine, 1 on Kanan. And the team is Heralead, Sabine, Rex, Chopper, Kanan. Don't do anything with Zeb. Don't do anything with Ezra. Forget they exist. They're dead to you now. But this 5, like, and it only takes 3 Zetas. So Sabine, Rex, Kanan is the core of what you need. I think ideally you do want the like the lead or something honor, but it's not the worst thing in the world if you don't have it. So I would say before you go all in on CLS, I would just get this team up and running because you already have the hard part, which is Rex at Relics. So if you already have Rex at Relics, like just give them the Zetas and they're just so good. So I would put that as your next farm after SOKR. And then while you're doing that, you can continue like working on the Ewoks. So just take Nisa to 7 stars and just like slowly get these up. And then it's going to be same Wicket and Nisa. Just farm them and Chief Chirpa. And it's going to be so easy. Stop putting gear on Scout. Stop putting gear on Tebow. So the team's probably going to be something like Chief Chirpa, Paplu, Nisa, like probably these 5. You can like skip Lugray if you want for the event, and then that way you have Elder just in case you need a revive. But you can do it with extremely like low gear with these 5. So something to think about. You can also do Lugray, but like a lot of people without with like actually using Ewoks, they take out Elder and they go like Nisa, Wicket, Lugray, Paplu, Chirpa, or you can go like Chirpa, Paplu, Elder, Nisa, Wicket, or you can go like Chirpa, Elder, Nisa, Wicket, Lugray is also okay, but I personally like these 5. I'm not a big like I think Elder is still important for running that turn meter train, but if you go these 5, like there's no rush, right? Because you still have like a Zeta deficiency. So no real rush there. You're still building the team. So just get Nisa up and running, get Wicket up and running. Wicket has a Zeta event. So once you get him to 7 stars, Nisa, you'll need her for Leia anyways. So just start building up these 5 right here slowly. I wouldn't like put their gear too crazy, maybe like gear 9, 10. And as long as you have Nisa, like take her up as high as you can without needing Kyrotech, and then she'll carry the event for you. So something to think about. After that, all right, so you have Executor, so that's good. You have relics on them, okay. You need to continue shard farming your ships. You need the bomber, you need the vulture droid, you need Anakin's, because you should be right now. You should be working on negotiator shards. So you should be working on the shards for your negotiator, but you need to be building up like 1 fleet at a time. So don't sleep on these characters. Like don't sleep on these ships. Like farm, especially all the pilotless ships. Continue to farm all the pilotless ships. Like it's a separate, like yeah, it's just a few energy. But filled, like complete 1 fleet at a time. I would say the next fleet that you need to build is Malevolence. Even taking like Grievous to gear 12. I had a gear 12 Grievous all the way up until like Kyber 3. So like you can use a gear 12 Malevolence for a very, very long time. So like, yeah, just continue farming your ships, build 1 fleet at a time. I would probably say go like Separatists into Galactic Republic, into either you can finish out your Empire or you can work on your Rebels. And then from there, make sure you're continuing to farm the TIE Echelon for the finalizer and all the First Order ships, so that once you have the actual finalizer at 7 stars, you'll have an executor counter. So all these things are really important. So just continue to do that. You can leave the executrix and the endurance where they are. You don't have to put any more investment into Radis. Once sooner or later, and it's usually around like 2 or 3 years, somewhere in between there, you finally break through the ship credit bottleneck, and then you just have like all the ship credits in the world you need. I'm currently there, so I use all my ship credits to buy to buy mods. So sooner or later, you will get the Radis up and running. Sooner or later, you will have like extra prestige and all this other stuff. So it's a bottleneck that sooner or later, over time, and I mean years, you will break through because there's only like so many ships in the game, and once you have them all up and running, you have nothing to do with those credits. So just know like, hey, just focus on one fleet at a time, and sooner or later you're going to break through that bottleneck. So don't worry about it. Just focus on one fleet at a time. Build everything up in that fleet. You don't. When I say everything, I don't mean you have to put like every ship Omega on there. But you know, for pilotless ships, you should, because that's the only way to build up their thing. But I mean, like, you know, you don't need, if you're building Galactic Republic, you don't have to build like, or Rebels or Empire, you don't have to build like every single ability on them, because that ship Omega bottleneck takes a really long time to build. So to break, I still haven't broke it, and I'm at like 2.5 years. So you know, just like smartly build your ships as best as you can start farming that Y-wing after you finish all these other ones. um, but you know, just malevolence, negotiator, and then either Empire, hey Tongue Morse, Empire, or whatever you're gonna do. Just something to think about. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick little break. What time is it? Yeah, 11:30. So hold on. Should I finish this? Is there anything more I have to say about your account? Um, I would say real quick. Yeah, so your next big farm should obviously be Ray. So if you finish your Phoenix, finish your CLS Rebels, and then start going for Ray. And then that's probably a good pathway for you. Once you're done with Ray, you can go for that 2024 fleet if you're in a good position to get it. And if you're not and you're just looking for something to do, I'd recommend getting your Imperial Troopers up and running. So like um, Dark Trooper, Veers. You can do Stark or Gideon. If you do Gideon, just leave him where he is. Like, you don't need any more investment. But like Gear 12 Stark, Gear 12 Veers, Relic 5 Dark Trooper, and Gear 12 Range Trooper is all you need, and that'll give you 2 assault battles. So I would say like Phoenix, CLS, Ray, Imperial Troopers is probably a good farming pathway for you. Once you're done with that, you'll have a lot of assault battles done. I would say if that new 2024 fleet comes out and you're in a good position to get it, maybe start farming for that once it's released. If you're not, or you don't see much like else to farm, then I would say like after Imperial Troopers, you should go for Jabba. Like Jabba is just an amazing farm. You just start shard farming for him right now as far as the hard nodes. But like your third GL should honestly be Jabba. So if you farm for that 2024 fleet because you want to like dominate your fleets, which I highly recommend you guys do, anyone, once it's released, farm straight for that. But once that's done, I would say go for Jabba and then get Jabba up and running, because it's a good farm. All right, so I'm gonna run a quick ad break, and then I'm gonna go get my I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get something to drink real quick. So I'll be right back. Be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so who's next? Shinx Hunter. One. All right, let's see what we have going on here. All right, so Shinx Hunter from NOK Sus a llama. Thus, a suspicious llama. All right, 3.2 million GP, 2 million in characters, 1.2 in ships. Wow. Probably free to play. 6.5 million, 6,000, almost a year and a half played. All right, so let's see. Shinx Hunter. I'm currently farming for gas and I have Jedi Knight Luke as my side farm. I just entered a new level of GAC and I'm lacking on teams. Any input for extra teams I could have based on my roster? Thoughts on mods, even though they're currently under maintenance? Spend from time to time. Mostly play GAC. Also do TW and other stuff. But just normally put teams on defense for that. I have JMK farm on hold till a 7-star WAP. Okay. Wow. Pretty low GP for, I would imagine. I haven't looked at it right, but I'd imagine probably just filled your gas hole. Hey, Shinx. Are you free to play? Yeah, because your GP is a little light for, to give you perspective. Hey, I'm just gonna call you Alfie. Hey, Alfie. Effie, Alfie. So yeah, I stream. You're around the same time, on most days, because Alfie. Yeah, so I stream the same time. The only time I stream differently is days like today, which are Sundays for me. So my Sunday stream, I stream during the US time zone. So it's the only stream where I stream like Saturday evening. Other than that, every other day. Congratulations, Jinx. So every other farm, or I'm sorry, every other stream, I stream around like 6, 7 p.m. Japanese Standard Time, which is like balls early in the morning in the US, like West Coast, like 2 or 3 a.m. or something. And then around the end, it's like I'm catching like the East Coast time zone people. So yeah, my my streams are a little difficult. I live in Japan, so you know it is a little difficult. All right, so first thing I have to say to you, Shinx, stop this. Stop doing this. Do you see how you have like gear equipped on characters? Stop doing that. Only equip gear on a characters. Yeah, only equip gear on a characters when it has that upgrade button. So whenever there's a button here that says like upgrade characters, then hit that button. Stop putting gear on characters when they're not ready to upgrade. So like all this stuff, stop doing it. Because they get the most benefit when you upgrade them to gear 13. And then when you're spreading your gear like this, you're not getting as much benefit to your account. So stop putting some gear on characters whenever it's available. Like focus your farms. And then you're really spread out. You're really spread out. And I would say, like, if you spend money on this game, buy the Lightspeed bundles. Buy the Lightspeed bundles. Like, if you spend dollars every so often, buy the Lightspeed bundles. Save your money for that. Like, whatever you're spending on, stop spending it on it. Just like, oh, I want to buy this $5 or $10 pack. But instead of doing that, just earmark that money, put it to the side or whatever, and buy the Lightspeed bundles. That's going to give the most benefit to your account because that could get you like SOKR, it could get you Ray, almost JML, BAM. So if you're willing to spend money on this game every so often, like the next time the Lightspeed bundles come out, just spend on that. Like stop spending on whatever you're spending on, because it's not doing you much benefit. So you're kind of like, I don't want to say you're wasting your money, but you're just not like spending it efficiently. I see a lot of crap here that you built, like just a F ton of crap. Cup, Luke Skywalker, Farm Boy, Leia, Plo Koon. I don't know what you're doing here. Um, or why you're building like these things. Stormtrooper Han, like I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. Hey Alfie, maybe I do plan on doing GAC reviews soon, sometime today. So yeah, you are at my top of my list, but I don't know. I don't know when I'll do my GAC reviews. Right now, I just feel like doing rosters. But if I do GACs, you'll be the top. Maybe I'll do yours next. Yeah, so you should really be more focused on your farming. Um, and you need a and I don't want to like you farmed gas, right? So you farmed gas, you finished a farm. Your first step should be at least taking the 501st to relics. So relic 7 gas, and you're gonna have to at least relic 3 the rest. So like relic 3 Rex, relic 3 Arc Trooper, relic 3 Echo. I would say at least relic 5 on 5s. So this should be the first thing you do. Like just finish these guys. This should be your priority. Um, Not because I think they're gonna. I don't like it, right? Like I'm not. They're not gonna do anything for you. But you farmed gas. Like you farmed gas. You put forth the effort, so you need to get the payment for what you did. Like you already did it. You farmed gas, so get these guys up and running. Also, droids, separatist droids. Like you already have these guys at relics. Just take General Grievous to relics too. Like relic 3, 5 or something is fine for right now. Just like relic 5 General Grievous. So, because you already have Droidica, you already have B1, you already have Magna Guard, you have a B2. Just relic 5 General Grievous, like at least. He's pretty close. It's right there, you know. Like just get him up and running. So you do have a little bit of like side farms you have to do because you already farmed, farmed it. Um, Yeah, you have a decent Qui-Gon Padme team. Okay. Yeah. So that's what like right away that's what I would do. Like take Grievous to relics, take the 501st to relics. After that, I would start working on Executor. Like you need a ship. You need a capital pilot ship. So if you're willing to buy the finalizer bundle, you can start working on other things that aren't in the finalizer bundle, like not Houndstooth, not Xanadu Blood, but like IG or the bomber, the TIE bomber. If you're not willing to buy that bundle, then start farming just everything for the Executor. But your next big farm after gas should be Executor. Um, Once you're done with that, you could start going for um, whatever you want, honestly. You can get like CLS Rebels up and running. You can do Imperial Troopers. You can go for another GL. You can buy the Lightspeed bundles for Ray or SOKR and work on that. Or, you can just like start farming things up on your own. But yeah, but kind of like gas, droids, executor is going to take you a while. So that's what I would recommend as of right now. Make sure that your guild that you're in. Calvin, awesome. Hey, how's it going, my dude? How's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Big fan of your stuff. I like all your stuff. I like your guides. I like your themes too. But yeah, a lot of people. It is kind of funny though. Like our name is like CA, our initials. So yeah, and they both are like, you know, positive euphemisms. So yeah, like yeah. Yo, it's CA. Yeah, it's Captain Amazing. Yeah. Thanks for dropping in the chat, my dude. Just doing roster reviews and then GAC reviews. But yeah, that's what I would say I would do with this account. Most definitely. I don't. Let's see. Speed. Definitely need some work on your mods. So you've been playing for a year and a half, so you should have some faster mods here. You should. Yeah. So your mods definitely need work. I would definitely recommend watching. If you haven't already, I would recommend you watching this guide. Just goes over mod potential and having a high potential mods. Doesn't work. All right, cool. There you go. Yeah, so I would recommend watching that guide. I have more mod guides, but I would definitely recommend you watching that one. Just because you may not have the actual like crystal income to be farming or to be refreshing your mod energy, but I would say you should probably be like you don't have to refresh your mod energy or have Java to build good mods. It just helps. It just accelerates that. But as long as you understand the theory of how to build mods, you can still build good mods. It's just going to take you a little longer to do. So I would say just like watch that guide, try to apply it the best you can towards what you do, and just try to farm a good amount of mod energy and mod slicing material, and then just work on it from there. It's just going to take longer, which is fine. And then once you have things like once you have an executor and you start getting yeah, I would say so. I would say so. You can farm like because if you're farming for Jedi Knight Luke, you're either going for some like JML or Jabba, and I don't have any problems with that, but you're losing out on so many crystals a day because if you look at where you are in the game, You've been playing for a year and a half. You don't have that much progress. You're 91 in fleets, which means every day you're losing up from anywhere from like 400 to 300 crystals by not having, or even like 50, 100, 200 crystals, which really adds up over time. It really adds up over time. Here, let me bust out a little calculator on the difference of income. So 365 times 400. So you're missing out on 146,000 shards of crystals a year. Yeah, a year. So, and I'm not saying you have to get first every day, right? Yeah, but if you can start earning crystals, then that'll give you it's a lot. Like it's an absolute F ton of crystals. And I did make a guide on it, but like Grand Arena does at the end, like for late game to end game players, it does start giving you more crystals a month than Fleet, but new players can access, if depending on your shard and everything, can start earning these crystals right away, and it does accelerate your account. So that's why a lot of people who maximize their fleet and go straight for towards fleets and build excellent fleets right away, why their account growth is much quicker is because those crystals are fueling that growth with refreshes, and it just allows them to start Executor is good. So Executor's fine. And Negotiator's fine too. But because like could you do it with a Negotiator? Yeah, you absolutely could. But you'd have to build like the Marauder and the Bad Batch, and then just like pump a bunch of relics onto like Plo Koon, and then you could be most fleets in the game. So it's not like you need Executor to do it. You can do it. You can't do it with the Chimera because you're too far away, but you could do it with like a Negotiator. But the Executor is just like the standard, like first fleet you farm that's GL level. That's going to start earning you crystals. So, and I was a return player too. So I took a break for a really long time for like 3 or 4 years. Came back, and then I went Executor into the Leviathan, and now I get first in fleets every day, even though my because it only matters about like one fleet. Like Fleet Arena is just one fleet, so it doesn't matter how behind you feel like your account is or what your fleet shard has. There's only one fleet that you can use, so it doesn't matter how broad or how much stuff they have in their account. They can only put one fleet in there. So if you can beat that one fleet, then you can climb, and then you can climb to first every day. So depending on how much of a Nazi your fleets are, but I would definitely recommend like Negotiator, and then once you finish Negotiator, you need that Y-Wing. So still, like, yeah, I wouldn't slow down the Executor farm, but I would farm this Y-Wing, and then side farm the Separatist fleet as well. Like I would start getting Malevolence, and then the 2 pilotless ships for here after that. So yeah, but that's what I would recommend. So it's not always about quick, Shinx. It's not about quick. Sometimes like quick things aren't always the best things. But like if you need more teams, like you can slap a Omicron on Wampa. You can go for Treya Savage. So get those gear 12, like Savage, Wampa, Treya. So if you're looking for, honestly, like bang for your buck, quickest thing that you can get into your account that's going to give you like actual power, it's these things, right? So you can go Relic 5 Wampa, you can go Relic 5 Savage, you can just gear 12 Treya, gear 12 Nihilus, Palpatine with Mara Jade. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 teams right there for Grand Arena that will give you actual like low gear viability that will give you whole teams. Because like Palpatine, Mara Jade is a team. Treya Nihilus is pretty much a team. Savage himself is a team. You can even put Set with Treya Nihilus. You don't have to do Scion. I feel like Scion's like I feel like people rate him just fine, which is that he's not great. But he's not necessary. You can go with like Set. He's pretty cheap too. But if you're looking for like quick budget Grand Arena teams, I would say like Sith is really good. Wampa, Savage, Treya, Nihilus. So like Wampa's a team, Savage is a team, Treya Nihilus is a team, Emperor Palpatine, and Mara Jade is a team. So those are teams that you can take on offense that are really good. Even if you like Relic 3 Savage, Relic 3 Wampa, but I would say like Relic 5 will serve you for a really long time. Gear 12 Treya, Gear 12 Nihilus. You can low gear Mara Jade. You don't have to take her high gear. But if you're looking for like quick bang for your buck firepower, yeah, this is fine. Like Emperor Palpatine, Mara Jade, maybe throw the Zeta on his lead. Um, that's like really good. Imperial Troopers, low gear viability, so still good. You do need because you're gonna farm for Executor. If you do that, then you're gonna have a R8 Piet. Then Imperial Troopers is really viable. Like Veer's lead, excuse me, Gear 12 Veers, Gear 12 Stark, Relic 5 Dark Trooper, Relic Gear 12 Range Trooper. That's another team that's like pretty quick to build. You should relic up your Darth Vader because you're gonna need him for Executor anyway. So that's like a team right there. And you can even put like junk with them, or you can if it's like a full relic, if it's a full relic actual like geos or something, I do like even at R7, I do like throwing in something like Thrawn, just to fracture the summon just in case. But you know, and then maybe one tank or something if you have like a royal guard or you know whatever empire you have to just like take some blows for and speed up Darth Vader a little bit. So that's what I would recommend for like low as far as like right now that can give you some more viability in Grand Arena. And then also like believe it or not, like if you bought those Lightspeed bundles, that's going to give you a lot of viability. So like I said, if since you're a spender, you should just like spend more efficiently. So the next time those bundles come out, if you're willing to spend money in the game, just buy those instead of whatever it is you're buying because they're going to give you the most bang for your buck progress, and that's going to like you're going to have to like mod them, and some require Zetas or whatever or Omicrons to be effective. But you know, even like a low gear Zori with that the bundle you get for the resistance is still a good team, especially on defense. So just something to think about as well. Yeah, but that's what I would recommend for you. A lot. There's a lot that you can do, right? Like 501st, if you're looking for the immediate inject. Yeah. So you don't, like I said, you don't have to spend in this game. You really don't have to. Like if I'm just saying if you are, then spend on the Lightspeed bundles. If you have money that you are trying to spend in the game, I would say even just hold on to it until the bundles come, if that's what you want to do. But I wouldn't say like buy random things or crystals or whatnot because you're not going to get that same return as the Lightspeed bundles. So. Yeah, but like I gave you the farming path. I gave you the teams that you can immediately do, and your ship's farming path. I would say just like watch that guide on mods, and then that's all I really have to say about this account. So, unless you have any other questions, that's all I have for you. Yeah. All right, let's do because since Alpha, are you still in here? Since Alpha's still in here, we might as well do his GAC review. Okay, cool. All right. So, boom, boom, boom. Let me make my notes. It's kind of crazy that even though I'm going off this list, like every single person I've reviewed today has actually been in chat. So, good timing so far. Yeah, that's fine, Shinx. You just it just takes time. And it's not about just using .gg. It's about understanding what has the potential to be a good mod. So that's what what my guide is for. And my guide isn't about like where to use your mods. It's more about like how to build high speed secondaries on your mods so that you can have just faster characters overall. So that's why I said your mods need some work, but it just takes time. It takes time to build mod depth, and you don't have the crystal income, and you don't have Java, so it's gonna be a slow burn, which is totally fine. It's totally fine. So not a big deal whatsoever. It's just something to think about if you want to do that. So not a must, but I would say understanding how to build good mods, because even before I didn't refresh my mod energy and everything, because I just didn't have the I didn't have the ability to, like, because I was a return player and I had to go build my Executor and then straight into the Leviathan, and I had to farm 2 conquest characters for that, including getting Malgus out of Proving Grounds. So I didn't have the spare crystals, because I had to save everything to like 7-star my Leviathan and farm Malgus. So I wasn't even able to refresh my mod energy for a really long time, and it wasn't until I got my actual Leviathan that I was able to, and then I got Jabba, and then from there I could start reliably building good mods. So, but I was able to still build good mods before. It was just at a much slower pace, because as long as you understand what good mod potential is, then over time you'll build good mods. Like sometimes you don't sometimes you don't, like, of course, like with the averages it all works out in the end, but sometimes you just have bad luck, which is fine. Like you just continue to maintain your standards and you'll build good mods over time. Because I remember I did have, even before I like started building like my mod guides and refreshing all my energy, I did have at least like a really good set for whatever game mode I was doing. So when I was unlocking GLs or doing whatever, I was able to like at least build 5 excellent mod sets for my characters, and that's more than enough that you need to like get through. And then the rest of my mods were still decent, and my characters were like okay, but it takes time to build them. It just takes time. So don't worry about it. Just do your best. It's not something like, with mods, it's not something that like you can try to like, oh, I'm gonna fix this right now. Mods is just like building your account. It takes a really really long time to build depth. Like maybe sometimes, you never know, if you have good RNG, you could build like an excellent set for a character in 1 week, or you can go, if you're not doing refreshes, it could take a month or 2 months or 3 months. So you just have to keep at it, just do your best, and over time, like the statistics will average out and you'll build some decent mods, as long as you're working on the right mods and you're doing everything that you're supposed to. So yeah. All right, so we have Mr. Elf here. Alfie, you're in a Rhodium 1. Okay. I wouldn't recommend that shinx. I would say after you finish your 501st, you should be going for Executor. Executor is going to take a long time, so just shard farm for them. So as you're shard farming for the Executor, once you have all the shards, or you're close to having all the shards, that's when you go all in for Executor. So however long that takes. But I wouldn't like specifically, like you can go for Jedi Knight Luke. That's great, because then after you get Executor, you can go straight for Jabba. But like the ships are going to take at least 6 months. So because some of them you just don't have unlocked whatsoever. So just start the shard farm for Executor. I would say Veer's Troopers is more of something to do after Executor. So I wouldn't put it for before Executor. They do have 2 assault battles, but the Executor should be your primary focus. after 501st gas, because you already have gas. Just get that up and running. All your Mark II should go towards gas. All your Get 1 should go towards gas. Your relics should go towards gas. Still finish off Grievous because you have relic separatists. So finish off those. Continue building the as best you can. The ships and whatever extra energy you have should go towards like the Y-Wing and the Separatist pilotless ships. And then your Get 2 should go to gas. And then once you're, or not Get 2, yeah, your Mark II should go towards gas. Your Get 2 should be going towards Malevolence right now. Once you have 5-star Malevolence, go 7-star Negotiator. Then loop back, get Malevolence. And then, you know, once you have all your shards for Executor, go all in on Executor. And then after Executor, you can go Veers Troopers into the, what do you call it? Into Jabba. So, and then to get Jabba, you need Jedi Knight Luke, and then your plan will like come full circle. You know what I mean? So that's what I would recommend doing. Seems like a lot, right? It seems like a lot, and that's because it is a lot, but you can do it. It just takes time. And then while you're doing all that, you should, let's say that takes like a year, that farming path that I just said right now. If it takes a year or 9 months or 8 months or something, yes, Shinx, that's what I'm saying. Your main farm should be gas. You should be side farming the shards for Executor. And then once you have all the shards or you're close to the shards, then you go all in on Executor. And then you could side farm for like Imperial Troopers and the other ones. But while you're side farming your Executor, feel free to like fully relic out that 501st team and General Grievous, because that's going to get you like 2 really great teams that you already put all the effort into. So you need to like just get the payout for it. And then once that Executor is ready, then you go all into it. Yeah, and then once you have 7-star Watt, you can go for JMK. So full circle. So you just have to like layer your farms. Farming is like an onion, and you just have to plan it out. And then once you do it right, and you're more in the end game, your farms, you start getting more things, which gives you more resources. And then you like layer it correctly, and you finish these farms like faster and faster and faster. And then you start only worrying about like certain bottlenecks, like signal data, bronzium wiring, Chirotech, things like that. And then Zetas. So those things are just take forever. But if you do it correctly and you farm layer your farms correctly as far as your side farms and your shard farming, then those should be the only things that slow you back. It shouldn't be things like waiting 3 to 6 months for shard farming. That's more of like early game. Like that's what you're waiting on. But like once you go towards like that mid to late game, then those things shouldn't be what slows you down. It should be that signal data, Chirotech, Zetas, and you know, that kind of stuff. Hey Jackson Reynolds, how's it going? I'm just saying that like you already have some main farms that you're farming, Shinx. Like you need to get gas, you need to get Grievous. But in Jedi Knight Luke is a great farm, but it gives you an assault battle, but it doesn't help you with fleets, and you really need fleets. Like you need that fleet currency. And if you look at because I do have my hierarchy of needs. So if you look at my hierarchy of needs here. Where's it at here? Yeah, so if you look at this thing, let me go out here. So when I'm going through this stuff, man, put that out. All right, so if you go here, right, the hierarchy of needs, like you have to build your foundational resources. Like if you're in a decent guild and you're getting your mark currencies and you're doing the speeder bike raid, then that's going to be taken care of. But you need to build your crystal income first, and then you have your GL, so you need to build your first GL fleet. So this is what I'm saying, like you have to start earning your crystal income, and it's very important towards the foundation of your account. So if you can start earning those crystal incomes here, that's going to start accelerating your account. Like unfortunately Gas is up here in like passion projects or account direction. He's really not important, but you already have him, so you need to fully unlock him. But like that's why I'm saying you need to weave in these assault battles and start getting in your GLs and your crystal incomes, and then once you have all this, then you go towards Java, and then that'll give you your mod stuff. So then you can start building excellent mods, and then all these characters, all these teams are excellent teams for Grand Arena also, and all the other game modes that you're going to do. So it all comes together. It all comes together. Hey, Slasher, how's it going? So that's what I'm saying. Why I'm saying what I said. So that's the farming pathway why I said. So it works out. It works out. As long as you're pretty specific with your farming pathways, then and you do the best you can. That's all you can do. But it's not like you have to be a sweat lord and you can't do what you want. Like, do what you want. These are all just recommendations, but that's what I would say would be a good pathway for you. All right, so next we have Alf. I'm gonna have to change the time because it was like 20 minutes ago that I was supposed to start your stuff. 2:09. Okay. All right, so let's see. I want to look at your collection real quick. So you're in Erodium 1. You have JML, R9. I like that. I don't like your R9. I don't like your R9 Piet. I don't like your R9 IDG. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I'm sure you get tons of holds but you're nowhere near. And I would say you shouldn't do this again. You should not do this. These R9s could have, like, these two R9s could have been the Leviathan for you, or could have been the Profundity, or could have been, you know, some other things. So, like, there's four. I would say four. Your first four R9s should be Radis, Darth Revan, Malik, and then JML. That should probably be your first four R9s. Like Piet, IG, like, are they going to go to waste? Probably not. It'll probably be a really, really long time. Please don't like R9 Bam or Boba or whatever else, Bosk. Like, just your executor is done. Your executor is done. Like, stop doing whatever you're doing. I'm like, it is what it is. Like, you put the investment. You can't take investment out of what you put on. But for future people, like, you don't need to go like super crazy. Like, full R9ing the executor pilots is something like someone endgame would do. Someone who just has everything, and they're just like they just need to like get more competitive because they have everything. So you're nowhere near that. You're nowhere near the end game of that. So, but I like the R9 on JML. So it just doesn't give you the same return, Alfie, and it just slows down the rest of your things, is what I'm saying. Because you could have used that material to go towards profundity, and it's not always about like what. Because yeah, you're in Erodium 1, right? Which means you're going to be in Kyber with one GL and one GL ship, but you're going to get pushed right out of Kyber. Like, you don't have. More than likely, well, I don't know. You do have some crazy things. You have like a really old account. I don't know it's probably not that old, but you have things that people like the Executor meta, when Executor was the top tier fleet, and you have that R9 for that, or you know, Tuscans for the crate raid. You have like this account that looks like the things that you have in it are like legacies of older times that I don't know if you were playing in. So I don't know if you just like these teams, or you're why you're doing what you're doing. But the very interesting farming pathway. I'm not saying it's wrong. Um, yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying it's very unique of what you're doing. But because you do have some like decent assault battles, right? Because you have CLS. You have Jedi Knight Luke. Do you have a Sith one? Well, the point isn't, it's not a roster review, so we're just like getting a gaugement of what you have. I would just say this, Alfie, you have an interesting farming pathway so far. Very interesting. Unique? You have a unique farming pathway? Let's look at your history. But I would say, where your account is right now, I would be very surprised if you can hold in Kyber. Maybe Kyber 4 or Kyber 3. But the problem is like you don't have a viable defense that can really like nothing you have will hold in Kyber. In my opinion. Like, yeah, Tuscans are good, but they could easily be beaten. JML, good on offense. Easily, like a Gear 12 Treya with like Vader, Savage can beat a JML pretty easily. And then even if you don't, like 100%, you'll kill the ads. And then you just have like a JML to solo. So what I'm saying is, and then your Executor, even with it being all R9, the only thing you have to do is burn it. So if you go in, right, and then you send in a burner against this R9 Executor, it's going to use all its special abilities, and then you can come in with a Chimera, you can come in with anything. You can come in with a Negotiator, Chimera, Malevolence, Finalizer, like yeah, you can like Executor, Profanity, like you even like the Profundity Executor, like you could just absolutely dog it, like you can just like stomp it. So even though you put like all this investment on R9ing these pilots, all it takes is like, yeah, you're gonna get a hold, right? Like you will get one hold, but by the like you don't have the juice to get through multiple GLs. I don't see anything here. If someone put like 3 or 4 GLs down, which most people do in Kyber, they have like a really strong defense. I don't see like, yeah, you have a Star Killer. You have a Treya, maybe? You have Treya somewhere? So not a lot here. Not a lot here. So I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. So you're doing really good for being in Erodium. I'm guessing because in Erodium you just have bad players, and I don't know if you just went with like a ship's defense and you put some like some stuff on. Well, I guess I'm gonna see here. Let's instead of me guessing, let me just look at what you do. Don't have Trey. You should. You really should. It's a really like low gear viable team that gives you actual viability. Yeah, it's a decent team. All right, so Tuscans is what your threes defense is, pretty much. Yeah, so like Treya beats this really easily. Treya Savage, Nihilus just dogs this, or a GL, or Radis. Um, Jedi Knight Revan, I think, can like maybe take some pieces of it out. Like he can't kill the Raider, but he can kill like some other stuff maybe. Multi-shot it. Bounty hunters, like bounty hunters, can maybe deal with this. I don't know. So it's a good team. It's a good team. But the reason why a lot of these Erodium players are in Erodium is because they just don't know how to play. Like they have good accounts by all means. They have like a lot of stuff, and their mods may not be right, their relics may not be right, but they have a lot of things. A lot of times they have like all the things, but yeah. So you have good offensive teams. I would think this would be able to beat it. I'm surprised. Even low gear. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised Night Sisters died to this. To be completely honest with you, I would not. I did not expect that. Yeah. I would probably have put like Daka here instead of zombie. Like Talzin Mara Daka is really strong, or Talzin, Marin, Asajj, also really strong. So pretty much if you can get Marin alive by herself, she just takes like infinite turns and she just does this weird thing. But instead of Asajj, you can, if you want it to be more safe, you can put Daka here. But I don't like zombie here because then Marin just dies or Talzin just dies, and then Marin really never gets her infinite turn lead or loop. And then, like they just die twice and then Yeah, like you saw, you played it, so they just died twice, and then they died, and then it was just zombie, and then you lost. Oh man. Oh, okay. You're just bottom of the barrel. So yeah, so your offense is good. Your offense is fine. Um, yeah, I just see you getting held up in Kyber. Yeah, I just see you I see you struggling in Kyber, which is fine. Totally fine. I think you just because the same thing happened to me. I went to Kyber and I wasn't ready. And when I went into Kyber, I had two GLs and two GL ships. And I didn't have the juice. I didn't have the juice, even with two GLs and two GL ships. So yeah, I think in Kyber you're just gonna dip in and out of Kyber over and over until you can start building more stuff into your account. Like you'll go in into you'll go into Kyber, you'll get pushed out, and then you go into Erodium and you'll win a bunch, and then you'll like you're just gonna like do this until you can get some like some more solid things into your account, whether it's like the next GL ship and you put that on defense, or you get some more GLs, or you get some more off. I would say even like you don't have to go for GLs. You just have to be able to counter them. And that was the biggest thing that like was a big changing point for me being able to survive in Kyber and me not being able to, is having a plan on if someone threw everything on defense, like anything on defense, do you have a plan to beat it? Can you beat Leia? Can you beat JMK? Can you beat C? Can you beat JML? Can you beat SOKR? Can you beat a really good a really good what do you call it? Ray, one that can't be star killered, like a Ray that can't be star killered. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm not critiques whatsoever, not critiques. I'm just telling you kind of how it's going to be, or how it is more than likely, or what you can expect in Kyber, is because I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing, and I think you're playing pretty smartly. Yeah. So if I had your account, I would probably be doing the same thing that you're doing right now. The same thing. So I think it looks like you're playing it smartly. You have the triple attacker, executor on defense. You have all the relics. This is like your star, right? This is your star. This is what either is going to win the game for you or lose it. The problem is, the problem is in Kyber, executor doesn't have the juice. Like I noticed in Erodium, people people held people held really well. Like our executor held really well in Erodium. Once I got to Kyber, executor has so many counters. Like you would be shocked at how many counters executor has. Like the Radis, the negotiator, the finalizer. The obviously yours can't be finalized, but the Chimera, the Profundity, the Executor, the Leviathan. So there's almost every single fleet in the game beats Executor. And then you burn it. You just throw in Mace's fleet with some crap fleets or crap ships, and then it becomes even more beatable. Like, and it opens up even more counters because then you could finalizer it. So if I only had the finalizer and you had your R9 triple attacker, all I would have to do is burn it and then throw in my finalizer and I can beat it. So you and that's a shame, right? It's an absolute shame. But that's the way that the executor works on defense, because it's still a super viable defense, is you need other ships that can really like capital. So having the negotiator, or the malevolence, or the profundity, or the leviathan on defense with it, and you stretch out your opponent's fleets so that they have to like make some tough decisions, and then you can get some holds on your executor, or they would just like fail and not clear it. But I'll tell you, when my opponents in Kyber, they go and I have the Leviathan and the triple attacker executor on defense, the attacker executor usually gets cleared, and then it's my Leviathan that holds. Excuse me, sorry. So, you have a really strong executor, so you're in a good position. So your plan of going for Jabba, getting your bounty hunters up and running, and then going for the profundity is a solid plan. You may find that you may just have to like take the profundity on offense, or you're going to put it on defense. You just have to mix and match and see what works. I can't tell you what's going to work the best. It really depends. I would say the best thing you can do is do what I'm doing right now. So when I go against my opponent, I scout them, because having a ship's defense, sometimes I have to change my Leviathan to put what works best against a mirror Leviathan, or I have to put what works best against like a profundity against the Leviathan, or what works best against the Chimera versus Leviathan. So sometimes, so I do scout them to see like what are they using against Leviathan, and then putting that like. But for Executor, you always put the triple attacker. It doesn't matter. So you always have the triple attacker there. And then you just have to like kind of gauge your opponent and see like, do you put your profundity on defense? Do you take it on offense? Do you put should you build like the Marauder and put the Negotiator with Marauder on defense with your profundity with the Executor, and maybe that'll give you the advantage on ships so that you can hold, because whatever. So you just have to like look and see what your opponents are doing, and then just kind of like do your best to kind of build the best defense that you can, ships wise, because it's going to take a very, if you want to, you can. So if I'll say this, so Grandbkl, if I'll open it up, but I'm not like, I have all these to get through. So I don't know if I'm going to go to live ones, like requesting live today. So if I ask, you can go ahead and drop your stuff on there, and you can do that. But the only option is either like put in a request on Discord, and then if you want to expedite it, unfortunately it is those who like give a donation, and those are the ones that get precedence. But otherwise, like I'm going through these as fast as I can. So, but you really should have Discord. I don't know why you don't have Discord, because it's a good app. You can get it on your phone. You can put it on your computer. Like it's a good thing to have. You use it for guilds in this game. Your guild doesn't have a Discord. You also use it for like your ship shards, if you have that. Like you really should have a Discord. Like it's really quick. It's free. It's a personal thing between you and your wife. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, so yeah, but that's all I have to say about that. So you're doing well in Erodium. You really are. Your opponents are just, this person's not very good. Maybe how do you find it? Hey, thanks for subscribing, Grandbkl. So I would say, so here, let me bring up the game. It's kind of a convoluted thing you have to do. So if you go to your, because it's not as easy, right? So you go over here. Let's say this guy, Remizes, right? So you go to ranks, and then you click here, and it's not going to have their ally code. It's not going to allow you to message them or anything. So what I did was I go here, and then I had to like Google them. So Remizes, and then I Googled their guild as well. Liatuva Pro, and then Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and then it's going to give you their guild here. And then so you go here, and then you go to where is he at? I'm skipping him over somewhere. There you go. Remizaz. So you click here, right? Remizaz. And then it has their ally code here. So you take this ally code. And again, I apologize for how like convoluted this process is, but this is just the only way to do it. Right? So you take their ally code. Now that I have it from SWGOH, and then you go to allies here. You enter the mobile code, you search it, and then you message them. So you do that, I would say, for everyone who's in the top like 10. If no one in the top 10 responds, do it for everyone in the top 20. And you just message them and you just say, hey, I'm in your shard. I was just seeing if there's a shard, Discord that you're in and if I can join. And then if you do that, then you can join. And then sometimes they're just like Nazis, you know, and they're just like nah, like nah, dude, you're not getting in our shard shop, or no, or you know, they're just like nah, or sometimes they just won't even talk to you. So it's not like the end all be all. You just have to like, and that's what I did because my shard shop was, or my shard was established when because I quit playing for like a long time, and then it's which one is it? One of these, this one. All right, so you go here and then you just look at like this, like this is my shard chat. So and then I just joined. So, and honestly, like all it does is we don't talk, we never talk. It just gives you an understanding of like when your payout is. And then it did help me with my payout because when I moved to Japan, I was like, okay, I have to find a new payout that isn't going to mess with people. And then I had to like get it up and running. So yeah. And Calvin Awesome, if you're still here, I'm in your shard. I don't know if you have a personal one, but I'm in the Gambit one. So this is where I get all my announcements. So if you guys aren't in this one, this is how Calvin Awesome, like I'm sure you all know, like the dude's huge. He's huge. So I'm still in the Gambit one. But yeah, so yeah. Cool. Yeah, thanks Grandbkl for supporting the stream. Just drop your ally code and I'll get you next. Just if you can tell me just what your current farm is. Did you want a roster or GAC review? And then yeah, what it is that if there's anything specifically you want me to look at for your mods. But generally I'll look at all your mods. But yeah, but like, and this is what I say about like shard shop or like fleet, because this guy, believe it or not, is not like a big hitter in my shard. Like he's 9.4 million GP, but he never like farms all his ships. So, you know, like he's like not a threat in here. So if you look at your, like, cause I'm much smaller than these guys. These guys are like freaking huge compared to me. Because they're like same thing like this guy, that like they're very large accounts, but it doesn't matter because it's only about one fleet. And so even when I was like 5 million GP and these guys were like 8, 9, 10 million GP, it doesn't matter because yeah, so now they're like 9 million or something, because all this GP doesn't matter. Like it's just what fleet can they, like my shard is like absolutely huge. So they have all the things. This guy doesn't have does he have? No, he just has profundity and executor. He uses the profundity to climb. So you can use profundities to climb. This guy does it every day. So yeah, something to think about. But pretty easy. Most of my shard, like half of them are Eastern European for whatever reason. But that's how you do it. That's how you look at your the enemy stuff. All right, so I don't see anything in here. I would say in threes, you don't have Ray, so yeah, this is fine. I don't know if you can find a better team for Jedi Training Ray. So I go Finn Zori, and then I think you could probably go something better with JTR than this, to be completely honest. I don't know what, but I'm sure you could like look and see what's the best ones, but it's kind of crap unless you're like really using a bunch of resistance teams. But for what you have, I don't see, excuse me, I don't see anything really bad. Like L3 here, L3 is probably better than Dash and Vandor. I'm sorry, than Lando. Yeah, so I like, because especially if you have the Omicron and Vandor, then just throw L3 here. And then teams like this can't get through L3 because they don't have an AoE. Except for Mace. Mace can like get around it, but you know, something to think about. Like L3 is a good substitute for there. I do like this, but I would say like you don't need zombie here. If anything, you could maybe like take Daka zombie and then put it with someone else. Like you don't have SOKR, but Daka zombie is usually the pairing. And then Mother Talzin Marin or Talzin Marin and Asajj. But you know, like you can go Daka here too. Savage solo, Vader solo. Wampa solo. And this is what I was telling those other people. Like, if you're just looking for, I would say you should farm Treya. Like, you should really have a low gear Treya. Gear 12 Treya, gear 12 Nihilus. With Treya's Omicron, that's like, she's, even without relics, she's still a powerhouse. So, an amazing character. That sucks. I think you made a mistake here, right? Right? Like this is this is really I don't know what you were doing here, but you ruined two fleets at once. And this is why you should use your ship layouts, your fleet layouts, because I think you this is probably a mistake. But that's why you should use these, because like that'll cause you a grand arena. Yeah. So use your fleet layouts. Use these. Like when I go through, I use these, and then it saves you from messing up. So I would say you should use your fleet layouts. Like use these. So that way, like you just click on this one. Oh, I want the Rebel fleet or whatever. And then that gets you an actual Rebel fleet. So I would definitely recommend you doing that. So something to think about, but that could be the difference of winning and losing. Like you did, because you made a pretty big mistake here by taking the negotiator with a Rebel fleet. So, and I hope you didn't do that on purpose, but yeah, and then you have like a mismatch. So I don't know what you're doing with fleets. I don't know what you're doing. Like you got through it, right? So you won, but I don't know if you did this on purpose or if it was a mistake. But if it was a mistake, use your fleet layout. If it was on purpose, don't do this. Yeah. Well, just use your fleet layouts. That's it. Like use fleet layouts. So I'll usually like select, because you have to go in. I will select what fleet I want, and then I go click my fleet layout, and then yeah, because I've done it. Like I've gone in with it's mainly I did it in TB and wrote. I'll go in with like I think I've done it in Grand Arena once. Like I have like I wanted the executor or something, or I wanted something like that, and then I had the finalizer. Yeah, I had the finalizer with bounty hunters, and I was like, man, these guys are. I'm really getting owned, and I see like, oh man, my ult is the finalizer one, and I'm like, oh man, I messed up. So yeah, just you can yeah, this is fine, but you can also use like wedge lead here. Um, Bando dash is also good. I see you have a dash team somewhere else, so you know, wedge Han Chewie is still good. Just take more. Like there's no. Oh, that wasn't a mistake. You did that on purpose? No, use the Rebel fleet, my dude. Like there's absolutely no synergy here. This is a full Rebel fleet. like Y-Wing, Outrider, Millennium Falcon, Phantom 2, Ghost. Like, it's a better fleet with Home 1. Like, the Home 1 fleet with these guys is still a good fleet. It's still a good fleet. So go with that. Take the Negotiator with whatever, Galactic Republic. So yeah, so like, yeah, don't do this. Like, this isn't good. This is not a good fleet. You may have even been able to like clear the rest of this. If you would have had the Malevolent or the Home 1 fleet to clean this up, you probably could have done it in 2 shots. Like, if this was instead of the Negotiator, it was the Home 1, you probably could have like got through this. Like, you would have just beat it. So yeah, just use the Home 1 fleet with it. So yeah, I still use it for that's like my go-to cleanup fleet is the Rebel fleet because I don't have the Profundity yet, and it's a good fleet. Home was on defense with a different setup, so don't put the Home one on defense with a different setup. Put some other fleet in there, like, or like, because this is not a good fleet. This is not a good fleet. Like, if you have the Millennium Falcon, the Outrider, the Rebel Y-Wing, the Phantom, the Ghost, that's a good team. That's a really strong team. Or even going with Home 1, you keep like Han's Millennium Falcon for the first reinforcement. That's a really, really strong fleet, believe it or not. So I would I would like switch it up. If you want to put a crap team on defense, like throw whatever on defense. But hey, Dink Ideals. This morning. It was not this morning for me, Dank. I went to bed and then I woke up. So yeah. So this is the only time I stream, the only day. But I would put something else on defense. Find something else. Or even like put your Negotiator on defense and take the Home 1. So you can do that. Like, take whatever you have for with these guys, like the best Negotiator fleet you have, and just put that on defense if you really want to. Or just like put an Executrix team on defense, or with Sith or something. So you can do something. Or your Radis or something, something, or Finalizer if you really want to. But the Home 1's a good fleet. So, and I like, you're wasting 2 good fleets here. This is not good, not good. So you want to take the Negotiator on offense, take it on offense. You want to take the Rebel fleet on offense, give it the Home 1, because you're taking 2. I would say like a B plus and A minus team, and then you're turning them both into like C teams. So you could do better. Yeah. So I would have to say farm Treya and Nihilus. You don't have to worry about Silence. Silence crap, because they're gear 12. They'll give you another really strong team on offense, and you can even use that to take out like JMLs, or they do a lot, even low gear. Like, you need her Zetas, you need the Omicron, but she's worth it. She's worth it. So Nihilus, you don't need any Zetas or anything. Just gear 12, and then that's another like relic level team. So I use that to just absolutely dunk on people with low gear Treya. So I would say farm that. I would say mix up your. Yeah, so I would say get them up and running. You can use them. I would say change up your fleet usage. Take the Home 1. I don't like using Rebels on defense, just because if you have the TIE bomber, that's all you need to cheese them. So I really don't like Rebels on defense. You can take, even if you have the Profundity, you can still like use the leftovers as a cleanup fleet. Or you, like, if you have the whole Rebel alliance, like every single ship for Rebels, they're still a really good team. So you can go with that. So something to think about. Scion is just useless. Useless. I don't think he's very good. Sometimes I mostly use Savage, honestly. So I usually Savage pairs with Treya. But because the real trio is Treya, Scion, or not Treya, Scion, Treya, Nihilus, Savage. If in 3v3s, if I'm going against JML, I go Treya, Darth Vader, Savage, because like the sides die to either the assists plus Darth Vader. So you don't need Nihilus. And then once you have Luke there by himself, JML, like he's not like Nihilus isn't doing anything anyways. So you don't need him. For fives, Nihilus is great. For threes, I go Treya, Darth Vader, Savage. But the great thing about Sith is they're so flexible. Like I could have Malik by himself. I can have Malgus by himself. I can go in with a Darth Revan team. I can make like a super Malgus team. I can make a super Treya team. I can go in with a solo Darth Vader. I can go in with a solo Savage. I can go Treya set or Treya Nihilus set, or I can throw in Talon in there somewhere. So the Sith is super flexible, so that's why I like taking all my Sith. And then depending on what the defenses I'm going against, if they're really hard defenses, then I'm going to create like 2 or 3 really strong teams with my Sith. If they're really weak defenses, then I can like spread them out and then get a bunch of solos off them and get some max banners from them, because they're really strong. They can be added together, they can be taken apart. There's a lot of flexibility in there. So I use like all my Sith on offense. Yeah. That's just I'm not going to look at all your 5 stuff, Elf, but that's my recommendation is take take the take the actual team up and running. Like change your ship's defense is my recommendation. And then don't ever take the negotiator with the rebel fleet. All right. All right, let's see. So we have Grandbkl. All right, you're finishing your Quizzers, then going for Executor. After that, it's going to be JMK. Look at your GAC as well if I need to fix my defense. So generally, it's one or the other, Grandbkl. So would you rather a roster review or a GAC review? It's just if I did both for everyone, it would take like forever, like absolutely forever, to get anything done. Yeah, no problem, Elf. No problem at all. So I imagine you probably want a roster review, or do you want the GAC review? Roster review? Okay. Sorry, it's just if you're yeah, again, you don't have a Discord, but sorry, it's just because they take so long to get through for both of them. Like if I did a roster review and a GAC review for every single person, we would be here all day. Oh, going for Inquisitors at this low of GP. So I'll say this. I don't hate it. I will say, since you went for the Inquisitors, once you have Grand Inquisitor at Relics, depending on what your guild is, here, let me look at these guys. Let me do you a favor. So going real quick. I'll still timestamp this one, just for timestamp sakes. 24700 Grandbkl. Okay. Not everyone can be as efficient as you think. Grand Inquisitor is a great move. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. So it's just all right. So real quick, I want to look at how much time you have played. So 1 year. So you have 1 year played. You're at 4.6 million GP. Let's see what you have real quick. So, and this is why I'm not the biggest fan of it, because you did buy the Lightspeed bundles, right? But you don't have Ray and you don't have SOKR, and you don't have a GL ship, right? So the amount of Kyrotech that you invested into these characters could have been, since you bought the Lightspeed bundles, it could have been both SOKR and Ray, and well on your way on Executor that you've put on one team. And that's why I'm not the biggest fan of Inquisitors. I like I said, I don't hate it. I really don't. But you slow down your account from pretty much having and of course there's other things, right, like signal data, relic materials, etc, 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 zetas, but Kyrotech is a huge bottleneck, and you took all that material and resources that you could have put towards 2 GLs and a GL ship, and you placed it on one team, and that team right now is pretty lackluster, to be completely honest, until you get Third Sister. And since you're at 4.6 million GP, I imagine you're probably don't have that many sisters. So it's gonna, or that many third Riva shards right now. Maybe a handful. I would say less than 30, I imagine. But here's the thing. I'm gonna look at your guild here in a second, but I would say, if you like, because you already invested so much in it, you already have the Inquisitors up and running. You already did it. In the long run, is it going to pay off? Yeah, it can, as long as you do this, right? So let's look at your guild. All right, so if you go here, you go to recruit. So, and this is where you find a guild, right? So let's find a guild. Find the name. What's your guild name? All right, so SE Zyphos Unleashed. All right, so here's your guild. Well, it has to be exact. It's not like Google, you know what I mean? All right, so let's look at these dudes. So GP. So 100% Grandbkl. 100%. 100% right. Not even joking with you. Not even joking. You need to right now start looking for a new guild. You need to start looking for a new guild. They actually have pretty good. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Really, yeah. Start looking for a new guild. Right now. Right meow. 100%. Which one? Which one are you looking at? Which one of these guilds are you looking at joining? Spartan Company? This one? It does say Discord mandatory. I don't know if they're flexible on that. Yeah, if it's this one, this one's okay. This one's good. So if it's this one, then it's good. If they're willing to accept you. And I'll say this, like, you could find a similar. Yeah, so this guild is good. Okay, so if you get into this guild, then it's worth it. Because they're willing to take you because you can give them Riva shards, and that's it. And this is gonna like the chirotech that you're gonna get in TB, it's gonna pay off. Like you're gonna have to go, like get all you can. Hey Ellie, Ellie, do you go by Eli or Ellie? But you're gonna have to R7 your Inquisitors. Okay. So I'll say this, Grandbkl. If they start jerking you around and saying like, well, you can join us for just for Rote TB, and then you leave and go back to your other guild, and then you come back for Rote TB, you need to leave the alliance. You need to leave the alliance. If they try doing that, if they're willing to accept you and you just stay in there, then that's good. But if they only want you for Rote TB, then you need to get out because you're hurting your income for guilds. So I would say, okay, I'm just making sure. I'm making sure because your GP is so low. But if they tell you like, oh, hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for the Riva shards. Go ahead and move on your way back down, and then we'll pull you back up. Like that's not going to fly because of raids. But if they're willing to keep you there, then stay in there. It's a good guild. Looking at this, their TW is good. Unfortunately, we're where you are in the game. You're not going to be able to perform that well in TW, just because you're not going to have the teams. So you may be able to like just put something on defense, and then maybe you'll do like 1 or 2 or 3 attacks on offense, but you're just not going to have the juice to compete at their level, because these guys, this is a guild GP wise that's like similar to my account. That's almost double your GL. Yeah. So like requirement 8 mil with 3 plus 2 GLs. So they're ideally looking for players like me. But they always have that little caveat like, hey, we're willing to accept, focused rosters. But what that means is like focused rosters is rosters like yours that have access to Riva, so Riva shards. So with that being said, you need to start getting more into your account, right? So if you're going into that guild, that's great. That's great. So then that's where I say it's worth it to farm Inquisitors if you can stay focused, and then it gets you into a guild. So if it gets you into that guild, absolutely. But if you stay in this SE Zyphos Unleashed, no, that's not good. So I like, you do need to go for Executor. Like you're getting good placement here, right? Like 14. I like that you're getting decent placement, but you do need your GL fleet. I don't care because pretty soon you're going to start getting edged out of Fleet Arena. So you need to start getting the shards for Executor, ideally. It's going to take some time, but in between, once you have, because don't get me wrong, you need to R7 your Inquisitors. If you don't R7 your Inquisitors, your guild is going to kick you out. They're going to be like, what the F, Grandbkl? Like, we joined you to get us Riva shards. You're not getting Riva shards. So, like, first and foremost, like, Inquisitors, R7, right? So you're going to R7... you're going to R7 Grand Inquisitor. You're going to R7 7th, 5th, 9th, and 8th. You don't touch second again. Second stays at 5. Once you get Riva, then 9th sister goes away and Riva takes her spot. But you just need to R7 these as fast as you can, so that you don't get kicked out of your guild. So don't side farm, don't stop for go, collect your $200, and then go farm this Inquisitor squad up as soon as you can, so that you can go do it. Grand Inquisitors worth like Inquisitors are like I'm pretty sure they have a node for R8. I'm not saying that. Like, for this guy, no, he shouldn't R8 them. R7. R7 is fine. After that, like, unfortunately, where are you at? Where are you at, Separatist? Yeah, unfortunately, you kind of shot yourself in the foot with Watt. You're just going to have to use your Get 3 to finish Watt, right? You're gonna have to finish Watt with Get 3. So That's just where you are in the game. That's just where you are. Oh, just Grand Inquisitor? No, I wouldn't say no, because you would do it for ROTE. But no, I would not. Like R7 Grand Inquisitor is fine. You don't need to R8 them. All right, so oh, 14 Shrouds. Yeah, you're totally fine then. Just use it. Get 3. Buy it. After that, don't buy. Just use your get 3 for Chirotech. Use it for Chirotech. You still need get 2 for get. I would say, how close are you to 7-star negotiator? Like, are you pretty close or? So yeah, that's fine. Just finish negotiator to 7 stars and then start working on separatist. You're gonna have to like continue farming your ships. Continue farming your ships. But you're closer than you think, because usually the thing that slows people down is the Razor Crest. You have the Razor Crest, so farm. Okay, so farm IG 2000. And then once you're finished with your negotiator, farm the Malevolence. But you're gonna have to farm the pilotless ships too. All right. Yeah, so I would say start double farming this TIE Bomber. Double farm the TIE Bomber. Single farm this guy. And then I would go for either a GL first. So if you want to go JMK, you can go to JMK. Like you're already pretty close. So finish JMK. Once you finish JMK, you can go Executor. It would be a good pathway for you. And you're just gonna go for the JMK and pray, and you're gonna be shocked. Like you'll put JMK on your front bottom wall, you'll put the Executor on your back wall, and you're gonna be shocked at how far that can take you. You're gonna be held back with how much you can clear on offense, but JMK and pray with an Executor on the back wall is gonna push you maybe all the way into Kyber. Just the thing that's going to hold you back is like your datacrons, your mods, and how much offensive power you have. So just that JMK, a lot of people aren't going to be able to beat it, but you need Cat. So I don't know how close you are on Cat, but you're going to need Cat. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Grandbkl. Your strongest team should go on the bottom front wall. Like your strongest team. Right now for you, it's the Inquisitors. Once you get JMK, then it's JMK. But I would try to get, like, how many shards do you have of Cat left? Like, because once you unlock JMK, I would say it's worth it to start refreshing the crystals for Cat, or even buying the Pass Plus just to accelerate those farms once you have JMK, because you need to get Cat as soon as possible. About halfway through. Okay. So I would say once you have JMK, like start buying that Pass Plus, or even if you want to, if you can like reliably start beating them, the Pass Plus. Not mandatory. It will help you do better in Conquest, kind of. But you know, yeah, take ideals. Yeah, Nooch, take ideals. I do all the time. Like Dank Ideals is like well, I would say known in the community just because of how many times Nooch says his name. Dank Ideals. Yeah. You are a rival. Yeah, so Nooch, yeah. Dank Ideals gets around. You dabbled data console? Yeah. So I would say that. But once you have JMK, once you have Executor, then just finish off your SOKR and Ray. So that's going to be like 3 quick GLs. You can put Ray and JMK on defense. Or I'm sorry, Ray and JMK on defense, and then you can take SOKR on offense, and then just try to like off meta from there. So, and by the time you have that, you should honestly be in like Kyber, to be completely honest with you. And then like you're gonna shoot up through Grand Arena. I promise you. Once you get JMK, then you're gonna be in a good guild. And if you farm the Executor, you're gonna start getting tons of shards, fleet crystals. And I would say if you really want to, if you really want to like turbocharge your account, farm whatever comes out in 2024, that fleet. So if you can throw that on your fleet arena and then on defense, this account is going to be like ridiculous. I promise you. Like whatever that fleet is in 2024, if you farm that, it's going to like turbocharge your account. And your guild's going to love you too, because it's going to be really useful in TW as well, just on defense. So I would say like you need to start getting useful to your guild as well. And that's why I'm saying like get the Executor, start getting all those fleet crystals, like secure your place, get those three easy GLs, JMK, Ray, SOKR. Once you have those, and also the Executor, and then once you have those, farm that new 2024 ship, because the goal is to get you as useful as possible to your guild, like so that you can like secure your place. Because if they have someone who's like Riva ready, right, and then also like 8 or 9 million GP, they may look at like, hey, sorry bro, you're just gonna have to go back down into the alliance because we have like a better fit right now, especially once everyone starts getting Riva. So your goal should be like accelerating your account as fast as possible to get some like GL ships and some GLs, so that your guild allows you to stay, and then you get like the full benefit of being like in a good guild. So that should be your goal, is to accelerate your account, get all that resources that the guild can give you, like unlock all your GLs. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't slap Omicrons on bad characters. I'm not saying this is the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm sure you can use her somewhere, maybe. I don't know, but this is a really bad Omicron. So please be more selective in your Omicrons. Yeah, it was definitely a mistake. Side farms that you can do. Gear 12 Nihilus, Gear 12 Wampa is great. Once you have all those things that we said, start farming for things like Jabba, you know, best return of investment. Like it's a long ways away, but Jabba, like after you're done with JMK, after you're done with Ray, after you're done with SOKR, after you're done with the new GL ship of 2024, your fifth big farm away from now should be Jabba, which you just have to like fit in the shards. And then if you want to, in between those big farms, if you're looking for quick side farms like Imperial Troopers, Veers Troopers are good. Savage, if you're just looking for like power for Grand Arena, if you just notice that like, hey, you're climbing, but you need more power, like you just need more like actual like ability to punch up, things like Savage, Wampa at Relics are ways, Nihilus with Treya, those teams like Imperial Troopers, Veers Troopers, CLS, those are things that like stretch out your roster that allow you to like punch up with like low gear characters. So, something to think about, okay? So like Wampa, Savage, that's 2 teams right there. If you can get 2 characters, that's 2 full teams. In 10s or in 5s, that's 10 characters that are pretty much Relic, just for those 2. But I promise you, once you get like I would say like in 6 months, you're going to be in a really great position. And then once you get into your new guild, you're going to notice that you're going to have so much more resources to mess with. So yeah, so that's going to like help accelerate your account as well. So, and then once you get that Executor and you can start punching up into like first place or top 5 into fleets, you're going to notice like more growth. And then that's going to push you why you should get your, I would not recommend gas. I would not. So gas, last tier, I don't care what tier you are on for gas, Grand. That's like a whole GL. That is a whole GL right there. I would not recommend it. I don't care how close you are. Like he takes 4 Zetas. It's not a good farm. It's not a good farm. Like if you had like nothing in your account, but like for what you can do for gas, you can get SOKR, or you can get Ray. So farm SOKR, farm Ray, and then after those, if you want to go for gas because it's so close, then go for gas. But you need power. You need height. You need height. Your mods are like, I'll try it, but your account just isn't established. You don't have like a defining farm right now. Yeah, so you don't have the mod depth or the character depth for me to really give you like a real good mod review. Like your mods are okay, but they're a little slow. They're a little slow. Like your fastest non-GL, and it's not like your account's like super old anyways. So you need just more time. You need more time and you need more resources. So that's why I'm saying Java is a good farm. But yeah, I don't know what's up with you and like maybe it's just the characters. But I don't think you want a full health set on Fifth Brother. I want to say you want like a speed set and a health set. But your mods are okay. Like they're okay. They're not the worst. But they're also not, you know, they're not anything to like write home about. But you're like where your characters seem to be pretty like equally modded, you know? So you don't want speed on like Grandmaster Yoda, you want offense. So you want an offense set. I think I have crit chance in offense with him with like an offense. Like he doesn't, if you look at he does special damage. And then if you look at his special offense, his crit chance is like super crazy low. It's 25%, or like 23% base. So you want an offense triangle here. So take this crit damage triangle and this speed set, and throw it on someone else. Like crit chance. Also, offense here, speed here is fine. Just as much offense as you can get him. He hits really hard. But this is like you have an R8. You have like this dude's at R8, right? Modded for absolute garbanzo beans. So yeah, so that's why his like, and you have to understand when you look at these mods, you have to understand the characters, because if you look at like physical offense, like you're like, oh, his crit chance is 50%. Oh, that's not bad, right? That's a crit damage triangle. Like he doesn't do physical offense, he does special offense, and his special offense is like crazy low. So that's why you just need damage on him. But and you can see like his damage is crazy high because he's R8. So you want to like capitalize that with like offense here, and then his survivability is like crazy low. You have a protection primary here. His protection is like crazy low, like 20,000. So you're doing like absolutely nothing. So you want health here. You don't want protection here. You want offense. Like you can give this to someone else. This is a good mod. Like you can slice that bad boy up. This has a lot of potential actually. Just not for this character. So yeah, but then offense here, speed here, take out all this set, like offense set, crit chance, and then move on with your life. Yeah, so, and then you don't want a speed set on Vader. Like this is fine. Sooner or later, you're going to want an offense set on him. This potency set is fine for now. But you want an offense set on him. Like it's fine for now. I'm sure his stats are like okay, but you do want him with like offense. He gets a lot of speed just from his kit. So, you know, like your mods are okay. They're okay. Not the best. They need a little bit of a tweaking. You probably have what you have because you just don't have the depth to like get them what they need to be. But you want them to like generally want the right sets and mods and everything. So I know you have swgoh.gg because you have things like this where you under like you're looking like you don't want offense here. I would say crit damage for Luke. But you know, like you're doing good. You're doing good. You understand, at least you understand mods. You're working on mods. Some of your mod standards are a little low. So I would say like look at this mod theory guide if you haven't seen my guide, and then check that out. It just goes over having having good what do you call it? Having good mod potential, and then working on mods that have the potential. So I would recommend that. So looking at mods that have good potential, and then over time, like as long as you slice with that understanding of what has the potential to be good or not, then you'll be in a much better place. So, yep, that's my recommendation. Nice. Plus 28s are hard to get. Oh, 8th. This is 5th. I was like, this isn't 28. This is 8. I clicked on the wrong one. Hilarious. What? Lies. This is good. This is good. Yeah. Plus 28s are hard to get sometimes. So. Yeah, you just had good luck on that one. So yeah, overall I would say not bad modding. Not bad. So a good account. A good account overall. Good account. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick, I'm gonna just do my dailies real quick. Do my dailies. Not my dailies, do my stuff. Alright. Cool. What is this? I don't want that. So how's everyone doing today? Pretty slow day today. Pretty slow day. I don't know why, but my stream elements isn't streaming or isn't notifying correctly. What is this positivity? Can you get a positive roster review? I don't know, dude. Like, if I see like decent accounts, I give. I'm not like. Everyone thinks I just like roast everyone incessantly, but like if I see a good account, I'll let them know. Hey, like, hey, this is a good account. You're doing a good job. Good job on this. Good job on that. Like I roast when I need a roast. Like when account needs to be roasted, I'll roast it. But not every account needs a roasting. Sometimes some positive. I do try to be positive, but sometimes some positive reinforcement is better than just like a roast. I do have to remod. I have tons of mods that I need to remod because I had some like decent. I have some decent mods that I definitely need to find some home for. But I'll probably wait till I get my Grand Inquisitor up and running, and then I'll just do like a remod session on that. But I do have a ton of stuff that I need to, a ton of mods that I should be placing on my account. I just don't want to like remod, because whenever I get a big character, I'll like remod my account. And I feel like I have a decent amount of mods just like there waiting on them. So I could probably like just do it, just not have to like take mods from others, which is a good thing. Yeah. All right. Low on these. So this is how you get it, Eli, because I do have a list. So instead of explaining it, I'll just like copy and paste this over. But Yeah, I have a pretty extensive list right now. So go ahead, watch that, put in your request, and then we'll do it as best as I can. So that's all I needed for the for my profundity. So now I can go back to farming the R6, R7 stuff. Running low on heat sinks. I should probably slice some of this stuff up. Nubian scanners, that's what I need. I think I need 120 of these for my last Inquisitor. It's kind of a lot. Kind of a lot. Yeah, I'll buy those. Yeah, so I just have like a long list, Eli. So a long list. I'm getting through it. Getting through it as fast as I can. The Mark IIIs. Yeah, I do need to start slicing or scavenging some of those. Some shard shop currency. Yeah, I'm still like the biggest thing I need for my Inquisitors, because I have everything. It's just that left side piece. That left side piece is just like absolutely killing me. I got a Zeta today. I'm not gonna place that. I'm saving it for saving it for. I have enough of these shock prods. I do need some more computers, so I think I need 300 for Grand Inquisitor, so I need to get 140 more of those. So I'll probably start using my material for that. Mark 1s. I saved 69k for gas, so I'm a little in the hole there, so I won't use that for now. I'm gonna chill. I use... But yeah, Grandbkl, did you have any other questions for me before I move on to the next one? Other than that, I think you have a good account, my dude. I think I did all these. Yeah. Radis. I'm still farming shards for Radis. Slowly but surely. I could care less about that. I could care less. I couldn't care less about that. About that fleet. But slowly but surely, I'm getting around, yeah, 30 out of 100. I just want that shard shop currency. That's like something no one really says is just shard shop currency. So getting the shard shop currency from fleets is pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right. So next person. We have. So I did Gondolin, Shinx Hunter, Alpha Woman Slayer. Oh. What a name. What a name. Alpha Woman Slayer. All right. Alrighty then. Alpha Woman Slayer 69. Alright. Interesting name. Let's see what their name in game is. Yeah, save some of the women for the rest of us. Alpha Woman Slayer 69. Alright, and then Fat Kid. Yeah, so Alpha Woman Slayer 69 is also a fat kid. That's funny. That's Funhouse. Alright, so a smaller account. Let's see what they have to say before we jump into this one. All right. All right. Let's see what they have to say. My twin just streamed me or texted me. Alright, my main team are SOKR, Phoenix, go for Jabba and Leia. Okay, cool. Going for Jabba and Leia. A year and a half played. Naboo for Rote? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not good on Rote. Alright, so my sister wants to talk. So I think I'm gonna end it here. And I'll just have to like review this stuff later. That's because maybe I'll continue this later in a bit, but my sister wants to like I have some family members who want to talk to me real quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the stream here. It's been a good stream. It's been like 3.5 hours. I got a good amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reviews done. Yeah. So, but my twin wants to talk, so she needs my help, or just wants to vent or something. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna give her some time, and because I don't want to tell her, because she's in America, so it's already late for her, and I don't want to be like, yeah, sure, give me like 3 hours and I'll give you a call. But always a pleasure, always a pleasure. And today's been kind of a, yeah, she wants a roster review. Yeah, today's been kind of small in the how many people who's been on stream. I don't know what's going on in the Americas. I think it's right now it's just a really awkward time too, but a little small as far as general viewership. So I think it's probably a good time to just take a break anyways. So always a pleasure, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. I always enjoy these Sunday streams because it gives me a lot of time to, work on things, work on my mods. I get to spend more time actually like talking to you guys and reviewing my stuff because I have a lot of time. I'll see when I end. Maybe I'll do a stream later or something, or maybe I won't. I don't know. It depends on what's going on. Because I still have a lot of time until I usually I usually go for like 3.5 more hours to be completely honest. But obviously like I gotta take a quick break. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll have to see. But always a pleasure, everyone. I'll see you next time. Let me go raid you guys over to, I think Mary Jade's on. So let me raid you guys over there. Did he get off? Yeah, I think I'm the only one on right now. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. All right, well, yeah, that's about it, everyone. So I'll catch you next time. Take care. On your way out, if you guys can follow, like, subscribe, all the things, and then I'll see you next time.